God, he gets a crit.
Yeah, that's valid.
Baby critters.
Baby crit in
These critters be critting.
Business end of
Guys,
these.
we're crit out of luck.
Yeah.
Ba-da-ba.
When last we left our heroes, see, most of the episode was spent making your way, being pursued by the two remaining heralds and Maith Lane through the forests after narrowly escaping captivity. The three of you, that being Kashak, Seren, and Surrie, managed to escape a couple of narrow, close calls. You did have a conversation with one of the heralds, who removed her skull and helmet, and trying to have a discussion with you that you all have no idea what's coming, and the only way to avoid the worst is to go over to their side, basically. And then the three of you came, curiously enough, to a strange, cozy tavern in the middle of a forest.
And we were a little confused about the identity of the owner for a little long time.
Yes, a
Until Maddie was
beautiful,
smart.
matronly woman who took you in, who seemed to know you two, not Kashek, unfortunately, but, got to know each other.
He
really
was
well.
okay with that.
You awoke around a campfire with your compatriots not too far away. Alcyone, Hieros, and Taliesin, you escaped one of the big heralds, who was very much looking for blood,
She through trees.
not looking to talk so much.
No.
But you managed to make your escape through Alcyone's teleportation capabilities, and you had a discussion with Taliesin, who talked about a special artifact, a key that would allow you access to the Temple of Cernunnos that he had been tracking in his research through the ages. Fortunately, he lost track of it. Though, funny enough, how the ties that bind weave together, that very artifact was Seren's own ring. Yep. And so I think, I think the last thing is you were all standing before,
We spoke through the wall. Yeah.
The
We're
door,
inside.
stone cliff face opened, and there's a big old tree inside.
And I went, enough weirdo shit has happened that if someone follows us through this thing, I'm gonna lose my mind. So I unkeyed the door and it closed behind us, I think.
Most certainly did. Yes, and so here you stand now, looking. It still ways off in the distance, but you see this massive tree rising up into the heavens, so tall that wisps of cloud form around the midsection of its trunk. So here you stand. What would you like to do? The time is yours.
Is there any way for me to feel like in my jellies if this feels like we're in the Feywild?
You didn't get the sensation coming in here as you did when you traveled to the Feywild before.
Gotcha.
That helps.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
I take it any mentions of the temple resemble that somewhat?
You're speaking to Taliesin.
Yeah.
He's just looking at it, awestruck, gazing up at it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Mentioned the temple never quite got around to describing how magnificent it was. Spent years looking for this. Well, if that's not the temple, I don't know what possibly could be.
Yeah, fair enough. I suppose there's nothing else for it then, but have a look.
I would caution you. I don't believe this would have been visited in many years. It could be hundreds, thousands, millennia old. Not quite sure what we should expect.
You should stay relatively to the middle of our group here, yeah?
I think that wise.
Stay behind Dad, well, he cuts a wide figure.
I've taken notice, yes.
And if it all else fails, I can carry you if need be.
That I don't think would be necessary. I'm not thinking.
There is no shame.
Well, you're the heroic types. Do lead on.
This looks great. Let's go.
Go.
Can we see the ceiling?
You're not inside yet.
Oh,
You're just kind of, there's just a big old tree
gotcha.
So
off
it's
in
like
the distance.
open air. Big old tree.
Where you are, so you walk through the cliff face, and yeah, it's open to the air again.
Gotcha.
Okay,
Are there
okay.
other trees and it's like rising above that canopy, or is it like...
Yes, there's still other
Okay,
trees around.
okay.
Yeah. And you can still see the cliff face behind you. But there's definitely some magic afoot here.
Yeah.
Are there normal nature sounds?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And you hear the chirping of birds and the rustling of trees against the wind. Nothing out of the ordinary except for the sheer size of the tree that stands before you.
Alright.
Let's
Let's
walk
go.
up to the tree.
Yeah.
To the tree.
You do so, making your way along this sort of path leading up to the base of the trunk. As you draw closer and closer, you come to an ancient gate made of old wrought metal between what looks like two huge stone walls that sort of form a perimeter around the base of the tree, going off in either direction. The wrought iron looks ancient, but still sturdy. And as you approach, the stone wall to either side begins to move and shift. And
What does that mean? I didn't think stone could be afraid.
Of you?
I didn't want to presume. That does seem very bold, but Sir, any thoughts?
it continues to sort of twist and shape, and you can hear, the sounds of gravel crustling against each other. Until finally, to the left, the stone wall seems to sit up and reach a long arm out over to the right side, picking that side of the stone wall up, and picking it up and itself twisting, and sort of just places it down on its shoulders. And then sitting to either side of this gate is this massive creature made of stone. It's funny, it's kind of moving like it's just waking up from a nap. And it looks down at you all, and its tiny little eyes, like way too small for the size of its head, open and look down at you all, kind of perplexedly, and it speaks.
What grom? Druid?
Was.
I think Alcyone, you would understand this to be primordial.
Okay.
She would, yes.
So what? Remind me really quick how that works. I speak Terran, so...
Oh, that's the Earth one anyway, so.
Yes, you can understand.
I can understand, but
The
I
other
can't
ones.
necessarily speak it.
So then, Alcyone and Kashek, you understand all that this creature is saying.
Sure.
He looks down at you and says,
Well, isn't this a surprise? It's been quite some time since anyone came this way.
Would I have any idea what this thing is?
give me a nature or arcana or one of those.
Nat 20. 21.
Yes, you can. Whether you've experienced them before, Kashek, or has seen them in your travels to the Feywilds, you know an elemental when you see one.
Yeah.
However, this one is unlike ones that you have seen in the past. This one is ancient.
Yeah.
This puts the primordial into primordial.
And he doesn't seem hostile as of right now.
Not as of yet.
Good morning, ancient one.
Good morning, new one.
It's funny because it sounds like what he's doing, but it's Kashek's like high pitched.
Do you guard this temple?
I believe I was put here to keep it safe, yes. But it has been many millennia before anyone has tried to come to the temple, hostile or otherwise.
Who was the last person to come here?
I don't remember. It has been a very long time, and I have been very lonely.
Kashek, why are you making that face? Is he dangerous?
No. Would you allow us to pass?
That is an interesting question. It is not my job to decide who gets to pass, only to stop those who wish. But it has been so long since I was able to talk to anyone. I don't want to just send you away.
So he's not necessarily here to decide, but he is here to stop us?
He's here to guard the temple.
Okay, but like from hostile forces. I can presume.
Yeah.
Okay.
What is your intention in the temple?
Purely academic.
To gather knowledge is what you seek.
Yes.
That is a noble pursuit. Yet, I can't simply let you in. Then I wouldn't be doing my job. What do you say to this, young one? Let's have a bit of a contest of wits. I shall ask you 3 riddles. And if you answer them all, then I will allow you entry to the temple. If you cannot answer them, you may go. But if you answer incorrectly, I will be forced to crush you into the earth.
So
This is adding years onto my
the
life.
3 options are answer, decline to answer, and then answered incorrectly.
Yeah, if you answer
Okay.
incorrectly,
Yeah.
he'll attack. You can decline to answer, but if you get all 3, you get inside.
Will I be allowed to commune with my compatriots?
But of course. And you may take as much time as you need. I am certainly not running out of it.
Then ask away.
How tall is this guy? He's sitting huge.
Let's according to
Mechanically,
he's huge. Yeah,
okay.
mechanically huge. So he's probably
Not the biggest thing we fought,
I don't know.
technically.
40 feet tall.
A big
He's
friend.
very big. He's kind of sitting. He was the wall, so there's just still
I was
the
gonna ask,
standing
yeah.
right now. But he's kind of sitting. He's kind of like sitting with his legs straddling either side of the gate.
Yeah.
Do you agree to my challenge?
I do.
Excellent. Let us begin then.
Can I say that I'm translating this into common as...
Sure.
Yeah.
Your first riddle. I have seas without water, coasts with no sand, towns with no people, mountains with no land. What am I?
I've translated that all. May I guess the answer in common without it counting as an answer?
Let me know when you want to guess.
Yes.
Let me know your final answer.
Yes.
We're not doing the
So I
hallway
think it's
question. We're not doing the hallway question.
Yeah, word. What was the last one?
Hmm?
The last.
I have seas with no water, coasts with no sand, towns with no people, mountains with no land. What am I?
Oh, right. That's
Unless someone has a better idea.
No, that sounds good to
my
me.
idea was worse.
That does sound
That
good.
makes sense.
Here's hoping.
I have no idea.
Wait, what happens if you get it
I was
wrong?
like, what is happening?
Did you tell it? Did you
Did you
tell
tell
us?
us what happens when you get it wrong, or did you just say that we have to answer some riddles?
I've translated everything that... I'm not trying to hide anything.
Okay.
Alcyone also knows.
Yeah, I would also not try to be hiding the danger
Alright.
here. I have no reason to...
Well, yeah. For sure, yeah.
The answer is a map, great one.
Well done. But that was meant to be the easy one.
I assume.
Let me ponder another here.
Riddles for middle school students.
Second riddle. What falls but never breaks? And what breaks but never falls?
Day and night.
Oh,
Evening and morning. Or the
What?
other way around.
What about daybreak
Day-
and nightfall?
Yes,
Right,
day
that's-
breaks but
Oh.
never falls. Night falls but never breaks.
as
These two
usual.
Yes.
things?
As usual, I wasn't
think
thinking
so.
about daytime. I was going to think about nighttime.
Right?
I think so. He's right.
To want to bear this a second thought, I mean, I'm not... It sounds really good.
Sure, yeah, I don't want Geshek to get crushed.
Yeah, that felt a little too comfortable to not be right. Like, it like, fits perfectly.
Oh, alright.
I don't have any disputes, I don't think.
Did I say to be right? I meant to not be right. I'm completely agreeing with the answer.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Sure.
How should I phrase it?
Do you think he's...
Day and
breaks,
night.
but never falls.
Okay.
Night falls, but never breaks.
The day breaks but never falls, and the night falls but never breaks.
Well done. You have answered the second. Are you ready for your third and final riddle?
Yes, great one.
The very rich want me. The very poor have me. Yet both will die if they eat me. What am I?
Nothing.
That's what I was going to say. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Makes sense, yes.
Nothing.
Well, I suppose if all this time you would have thought I wouldn't come up with some answers.
I thought they were fun.
I love this guy. It was fun.
In fairness, Great One, you had no one to test them out on.
Well, that is true. Well, perhaps the next millennia will be spent on some more difficult ones. You may enter.
And though he was the wall, and now there's no wall stopping your path, he still opens up the little gate with
Nice.
2 little fingers for you.
Yeah.
Ah!
I go.
Kashek,
Thanks, you.
Sorry.
Many thanks, great one.
can you ask him if he's got a name?
Do you have a name we might call you by?
I don't remember.
He says he does not remember.
Very well.
If I may, Great One, something to ponder in the meantime. What gets wetter as it dries?
Wet. When things get wet, usually they don't get drier. What could it be?
Take your time, we'll be back.
A few hours at least.
We're gonna get out. We're gonna get back out like limping and like bleeding and shit. He's like, I thought of it.
It's your job.
He's gonna be like drawing. Take the game. He's just so like.
It's gonna be like the Pepe Sylvia wall. One second.
I thought long and hard about what you said.
I've been dying to talk to you about this riddle all day outside me.
I also
We
like.
got boxes full of towels.
I was like, you had no one to practice on. And he's like, yes. And he steps in front of like a bunch of like squashed rabbits and deer.
No!
They weren't very smart.
But they were very small.
Alright. You make your way through the little gate. The primordial elemental rubbing his rocky chin as you make your way past.
I hope that wasn't cruel.
Do you...
What, to ask him a riddle?
Yes.
I think he likes them. Well, I don't know. I wasn't talking to him. It seemed like it.
We were talking about riddles this whole time?
Kashek just turned around and said nothing.
I was translating.
Yeah.
Well, how hard was the one that you told him?
Depends on how much you know about towels.
Fair enough.
I don't know if you would know about towels.
That's what I'm saying. That's gonna be rough.
Anyway, so you make your way closer and closer to the tree, and in fact, as you do, it's it's got this weird sort of fisheye telescoping effect as you get closer and closer to it, and it looms larger and larger over you, taking up more and more of your field of view. And as you come to the very bottom of it, staring up at it, you almost lose track of the branches and leaves above you. It's just like this expanse of dark, deep brown wood. And there is a singular archway set into the ground, laying before you against the grass.
Is it an open archway?
It is.
Shall we?
No other way but
I
forward.
think so.
Before we walk in,
Mm-hmm.
may I walk up and put my hand on the tree next to the archway?
Sure, yeah.
May we enter?
Do not hear a response. Or get any kind of response.
You did have the key.
Call me superstitious. I just think it's impolite to walk into someone's home without asking first.
But you had their key.
True. Right, okay, then we can just walk in, I guess.
Good to be safe.
In you go.
Let's go.
Walking in to the temple, the light inside seems to match that of natural light. The inside of this massive trunk is entirely hollow. And looking up to the sky, it seems you can't see the top, you just see bright light filtering down as if to mimic that of the setting sun. It's sort of a weird, twilighty kind of light in here currently. At the center of this hollow space is what looks to be an enormous central pillar coming up out of the floor, which goes up nearly until it reaches the sort of descending light above. And you can't exactly make out what is up on top of that spire. It sort of widens towards the base, and all around the bottom of it is this sort of moat of glistening water with the twilight dancing across its slowly rippling surface. And set in that moat is what looks like a simple raft with a sort of central pedestal made of wood. You can see, if you look back up the spire, there are 3 bridges at various intervals coming off of the spire and connecting with the trunk at 3 points.
Madison, if you what do you know of this Cernunnos? We've heard that he's a
Cernunnos,
favorite of the...
consort of the moon.
Yes.
Of the moon goddess. Very old. Hasn't been. It's sort of a pagan religion that has been practiced in millennia, at least not since the coming of Arcadia. But yes, he was a god he's a nature god. As the story goes, became besmitten with the moon and grew a tree so large as to climb its branches that he may join her in the sky.
Well, that seems to be... that seems to hold up.
You are not inaccurate, yes, but this is nothing I could have ever imagined. I'm afraid, though, that all of my research was towards finding its location. Now that we're actually here, there's not as much literature as one would hope about its content.
Well, with how long the gentleman outside said he's been by himself, I don't doubt that much of mortal knowledge has no grasp of this place.
Yes. We tread in the realm of the gods now. We must be careful.
So no pressure then. Well, I see a raft, which means you get onto the raft.
Sure.
I've got a bit of a shortcut to the top, but it does feel rude not to take everyone with me.
Well, and if we are in a place of godliness, then we should probably show all possible respect.
My thoughts exactly.
I think it wise. Stepping out onto the raft.
Sure.
Sort of stepping onto the raft, the sort of pleasant sounds of your feet against the light wood ring through the inside of the tree. And set into the middle of the raft is a small pedestal, on top of which is set a stone dais. Inscribed into that dais are 4 symbols. It looks like peace.
So we've got like a crescent, full, and a gibbous.
Yeah, new crescent half full, basically.
Okay.
Well, you are quite a fan of moon-related things.
You would think somewhere in the nearly 2 centuries of service we might have learned anything about this, but... Well, a new moon is my favorite.
Are any of the...
They are all slightly indented into the stone.
Does it look like it moves at all?
The stone dais?
Mm-hmm.
No.
What about that ring of yours?
Lay a hand on it a little, and it's very cold to the touch, but it is solidly set into this raised section.
The ring is a crescent or a half moon?
Crescent.
Take it off again and I will match it up with the crescent indentation.
You slide your ring. The crescent fits perfectly into the stone dais. Suddenly, from either side, water starts plummeting down the sides of the tree, immediately filling almost impossibly fast into the moat around you and beginning to lift
Gotcha,
the
gotcha,
raft
gotcha. I love this place.
off the floor. And as it begins to rise slowly, you are lifted up to this first level here.
Hold on to the pedestal or each other.
It's a slow ride, but it fills up far faster than physics should allow.
Hang
and
on.
as you rise, yes.
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Do you think... How loud is this rushing water?
It's very what?
Yeah, okay. Do you... You never mind, I'll wait. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
And so it raises the raft up to this first bridge. And on the opposite side, you can see another archway set into the trunk.
It looks like this is our stop.
Do you think that means there are 3 more of these?
We may find them here. Well, you were sent after one of them, yes?
Yes.
For good or ill. You came to find us that way, so I say for good.
I'm not disputing that, I just...
Oh, shit. Body's in an armchair.
Well, we know what the trope is called now.
Shit! Body's in an armchair.
No, wait, we can rewind.
Also on the bottom floor, over to the side, is a huge stone door set into the wall. Inscribed across it, what looks like little stone indentations of the starry sky.
Oh, hell yeah. Are those recognizable constellations?
It just looks like the night sky. Roll me a perception check or an investigation. Bodies in an armchair.
Perception is 13.
Looking at it, you do pick out a few constellations, and you can kind of get an idea of like what quadrant of the sky this is meant to recreate. Beyond that, who's to say?
Because there's no possible way for anyone at home to know what bodies in an armchair means. One time Freddy was running us through a dungeon, and we were in this old abandoned manor house, and he conveniently accidentally forgot the pivotal point of the whole room we were in. So we went from creepy room to creepy room and went, oh, this looks like a lovely little tea room. There's nothing strange here. And he went, oh, god damn it, there's 2 corpses in an armchair in the corner. Okay, clocked the star door, I guess. And then we go up to the...
And then we go up. Great, okay. So that is currently underwater. The water level is now right across here. Are you walking across the bridge there? Yeah.
Yeah.
You come to another room. Entering into this room, it is steamy and the air is wet. Growing along the outside walls are various sort of vines and leafy plants. Scattered around the edges are what look like old, like clay flower pots with sort of soft, fertile soil spread in various places across the floor. On the far end is what looks like a modern art installation. There's this big piece of what looks to be some kind of metal in the shape almost like a crescent or a bow. And from this tip down to the floor is what looks like one long, thin shard of crystal from the top to the bottom. Leaning up against the installation here is what looks to be an ancient sword set in the ground, leaning up against the crescent.
So that kind of looks like a bow with the string sticking into the ground, like half of it.
Kinda.
Yeah.
And
The
there's
string
a
is
sword
crystal.
set against it.
Do we hear anything?
You don't, but you can see some sort of glyphs or some sort of writing carved into the side of the crescent.
Alcyone is going to step closer and see if she can read any of the glyphs or writing.
Can you read Elvish?
No.
Then, yeah.
Well, I know a bunch of weird languages, and this is not one of those.
I'll take a step closer.
You do so. You take a step up to it, and like it runs the length of the piece here, and it reads, "Cut the thread, and ye shall receive your splendor."
Cut the thread, and ye shall receive your splendor.
So I want to touch this.
I believe it's giving you permission to do that, but Surrie is the moral compass here.
You're already talking, keep going.
No, it's a pity to shatter something that pretty, that's all.
I quite agree.
I was going to say perhaps you have to use that sword.
Oh, that's what I would figure.
Okay, just making sure.
I'm not an expert on traps or puzzles, but they did provide their own implement of cutting. What's, like, size-ish sword, is it? Long sword, great sword?
It's like a long sword. Yeah.
What kind of plants are in these pots?
There's no plants in the pots. There are various, some are broken, some are still intact, just kind of spread around the outside. It looks like this used to be some kind of room for cultivating foliage of some kind.
But Link was already here throwing himself into the pots.
Correct. But all along the walls is like, it's, you know, it's like vine, it's like grapevines and ivy and stuff of that nature.
I wonder if this does not require strength.
Oh, good.
Oh, good.
Oh, we do have Hieros.
Oh, Hieros.
No, if we do not. If it does not, I mean.
What do you think it would require instead, if that's what you mean?
Oh, I don't. I just imagine,
Well, I imagine crystal would be fairly easy to break. Is that not
Right.
I assume Taliesin came with us.
Yes.
gentle touch, maybe?
maybe. Well, I would give it a shot, I suppose, if the group does not object. Hieros will lift
The sword?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can tell, lifting it up, you can tell how ancient it is. Like it squeaks a little bit just as you pick it up.
Oh,
The
okay.
blade a little rusted, but still in working condition, if a little downtrodden.
I'm just going to place the edge against the crystal pillar. Just see if that does anything on its own.
Just sort of gently resting it against.
Yeah.
It comes to rest, and nothing seems to change.
All right, I'm following instructions. To be fair, I don't especially want to do this. Everybody stand back, cover your eyes. Swing.
Give me a strength check.
Okay. Just strength by itself.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so with nothing else, it's a total of 14.
14. Okay. You swing the sword through the air towards the sort of string of crystal and fully expect it to shatter before you. When you connect, something incredibly strange happens. The line of crystal seems to bend like a rubber band as you make contact with it. And the sword kind of goes, and then immediately snaps back as if it's made of elastic. And the sword goes swinging, swirling out of your hands, tumbling through the air, clattering against one of the walls.
Clattering into Kashek's jugular vein.
No!
And the crystal just kind of goes back to stillness.
You know, I did sort of think that was really easy.
Well, yes. What does that mean?
Maybe you should try.
Why me?
You've got the ring.
Can I touch the string?
Sure. Yeah.
Does it yield to me?
You move forward, Kashek, to lay a claw onto this string of crystal. And as your claws kind of delicately come up to budge up against it, something curious also happens. It breaks and trickles over your talons like water,
Yep.
continuing down to the bottom.
So, is this a stream of water of some kind?
Just running so
I
lightly.
had a feeling it was a laminar flow
It
when we
looks
got in
like
here.
crystal.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's so cool.
But it continues to run down into the earth below.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, then I've got a bit of a thought.
Now, wait a minute. When we saw it bend to the... Did it have a different property, or was...
I mean, it wasn't water.
Yeah, okay.
It was like elastic.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't like something else like blasted it out of
No,
the sand.
but we live in a world where
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
magic everywhere. So
Do you think you need to use the sword to do that?
What's your idea, Alcyone?
Oh, I was gonna take off my hat and try to catch it in there.
I like that idea and I'd like to see you try it.
Oh dear.
Do that.
Well, before I do
I'd like
it,
to see you with a wet hat.
I'm going to go grab the sword at least. Alcyone will pick up the thing and take off her hat, put the rim under, and attempt to catch the.
you do so, and it does for a time. It sort of pools in the divot of Alcyone's great wide sun hat, but eventually it sort of moves through the porous fabric and again starts dripping down to the earth.
That is some very tenacious water.
Do you think it's holy?
I'd be incredibly shocked if it weren't. Try and hold the blade in it.
As the blade, again, you kind of test it to the side and it...
Tensile becomes?
Yep, uh-huh.
You're a trick. You're supposed to look obvious, but it's not obvious.
I'm gonna take...
A wet hat on.
I'm sorry your hat got wet.
That's okay. It's dry now.
I'm gonna take a vial out of my herbalism kit. And I'm not expecting this to do anything, but I am going to just collect some of that.
You do so. It lightly plunks its way into your vial, but which is full in a matter of no time.
I
It
have
needs to
this
spill
now.
out over the side and again continue to stream its way down.
I hope you're not thinking about drinking that right now.
No, of course not.
Oh,
It's just, you know how often holy water comes in handy.
I wasn't thinking about drinking it either.
Maybe if you drink all of the water,
What?
that's the solution.
She's actually sitting there.
Yeah.
Like a turkey.
Yeah.
She looks like a turkey that fell asleep in the rain. What else is in this room?
There's the pots, some soil.
Oh, shit.
All the vines along the walls.
I'm gonna grab one of the pots
Hmm.
and put it underneath. If we can.
You do. There's a small hole in the bottom for drainage purposes.
You son of a bitch. Sorry. Your holy son of a bitchness.
You know, in my experience, well, I don't know about this chap, but she doesn't really care the language you use.
There's no soil in the pots?
Well, there's soil around.
Oh. I thought there's soil in the pots. I would like to scoop some soil into one of the pots.
You do so.
Great. And then try it.
Ladling soil into the pots. You place it down underneath the string, and almost as if by magic.
That seems narratively satisfying, right?
Yeah,
I have no
definitely.
idea what
You
the
water soil and then, thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
A small green shoot appears and pokes its way up out of the soil and begins to, as if time were sped up, grow and grow its way up, and more branches split off of it and leaves unfurl and unfold. And you see at the top a blossom begins to form, growing and swelling with life until finally, at last, it opens up into a beautiful lily white orchid. And set at the center of the bloom is a small stone that depicts a full moon.
Well,
I think that belongs to you.
guess I'll grab the stone then.
Grabbing it, you do so.
Unless the flower tries to eat my hand or something. It does not.
Feed me.
Can I do a quick check to see if the sword is magical? Can I use predator senses to cast detect magic?
Sure. It is not.
Okay.
I think she was a red herring.
A
Babe.
trick.
Would you like one?
Be done.
You got red hair!
This is way better than two corpses in armchairs.
What happens to the flower after she takes the stone out of it?
Just sits there, prettily. It's lovely. You know those orchids with the their petals are so like thick and creamy and beautiful, and the kind of hangs down. It looks like
Like a
almost
dragon?
Looks like yeah.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah.
Are those called this? Are they like a dragon orchid or something? Is that a thing?
It's a
Are you
dragon.
thinking of a snapdragon?
Snapdragon is my
Snap.
orchid, but yeah.
Yeah, something.
What would you like?
Is the water still falling?
Mm-hmm. What?
Well, I think you've got a way to get us onto another floor.
You have the full moon amulet. You still stand in this steamy room. What would you like to do?
Back to the raft.
Yeah, if there's no other way out of this room, I think we should just go back to the raft, slap this thing on there, and carry on.
Back you go. Back to the stone dais.
Is it waiting for us?
It sure is.
Oh, that's nice. That's very nice of it.
Lucky you.
Yeah.
Popping the moon amulet into the top slot. Again, the water comes rushing in, and it rises you up past this one. Whoa!
Yeah!
All the way up to this top. Reaching the top, you can see at the top of this great pillar in the center of the tree here is a statue of what looks to be some kind of elf guy reaching up towards the sky above.
Not centaur bottom?
Nope.
Alright.
Not centaur bottomed. Corpse in the chair. When you put the crescent amulet in down here, the light also changed to dim light. You put the full moon in, changed to bright light.
I love this place.
There you go.
Thank you,
You don't have to
Trevor,
leave.
for my life.
It's trees and moon.
So now you're up at this one, and then a bridge going over to the side of the trunk.
Is the light, like, well above this guy here?
Yeah, it's sort of like almost like it's an IMAX dome on top of this thing, since we were already talking about it. But yeah, it's just solid light. You can't. The trunks of the tree just go up until the light is too bright to see it continuing up anymore. Heading into this chamber,
Yes.
you enter upon what looks to be an enormous dance hall. The walls have these kind of beams of like tree trunks going up to the ceiling, making a big kind of vaulted open space. And the floor, though still wooden, is smooth. All around are statues. Some of them crumbled and, not recognizable anymore. But the ones that you can see they look to be elves. And they all look to be in incredible pain.
These aren't statues.
Throwing their hands up to the sky, tearing at and clawing at their own skin, completely in petrified stone. But
So that's not great.
I
Does
don't
not seem
think these
good.
are statues.
No.
and there is in the middle of this room another stone dais similar to the one on the raft.
Hindsight is so much better than foresight. Perhaps we might have asked that chap outside what happened that people stopped coming here.
Well, I don't think this is them not coming here. This is them not leaving.
Amongst many elves nowadays, this place is said to be a myth. I think people just forgot.
If no one came back, that might contribute.
What's on the ceiling?
There is a big painting of two corpses in an armchair. It looks to be a sort of mosaic, yet instead of painted tile, it's little squares of richly cut wood. And it appears to be, again, this scene that is kind of becoming familiar to you of this elf arms extended towards the sky with beams of light coming down and sort of washing over him as he reaches up.
Maybe try to crescent in here?
Or were you not able to remove the crescent from the...
Oh, no, you can take a minute now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will carefully approach this stone dais in the middle.
All around you, the statues remain moving but haunting nonetheless. You can almost hear their screams.
Is there like a direction of focus?
How do you mean?
Like where...
Are they all like recoiling?
No, they're all... Good question. They're all kind of off in various directions.
Mostly concerned with their own agonies.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
It seems to be there's a lot
Get
of
in
them.
line.
I get that. Vibe. Mood. I think mood, yeah.
What does this dais look like?
It looks exactly the same as the one on the raft, yeah.
That seems too easy.
I don't know what it's going to do.
It might turn you into stone is the thing I'm concerned with. Or me, but...
Yeah, maybe it only turns elves into stone.
It might turn me into stone and then the rest of you beat down.
Well, then I can do it. I don't mind. I won't turn into stone.
Those are very brave words that you just said out
I
loud.
don't know if that's
my
necessarily
Rose.
true.
Fine. We'll go over to the side of the room and knock on wood.
Does anything knock back?
That does not make me feel any better.
But the knock echoes through the hall.
It makes me feel better.
Guess I will line my ring up and place it in.
Putting your crescent into the dais.
Yeah.
Okay. You do so. And the light, again, in this room changes to dim light, where it was when you first came in here, it was that sort of neutral twilight color. And when you put your ring into the dais, it changes to dim light. And the mosaic on the top rearranges itself. This time, instead of an elf reaching up towards these ever-reaching beams of light, it reorganizes itself into a centaur-like figure. Elven on top, body of a horse with great horns coming out, holding a bow drawn in an arrow.
So that's your man. That's the chap himself.
Nothing happens to the statues.
Can I maybe put the full moon in while the crescent's still there?
Yeah, I don't take mine out.
Plugging the full moon in while the crescent's still there does not change the light.
I will remove mine then.
Removing the crescent and placing the full moon amulet into the dais, the light again changes. This time it becomes very, very bright in this room as the light of a full moon washes down onto you, and the statues around you begin to change as the light of the full moon washes over them.
Uh-oh.
In what way?
Their bodies begin to twist, contort, and crack as you see the splintering across the plaster of their bodies begin to crack. And they writhe and scream until shattering apart, transforming into monstrous werewolves, still made of stone.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh yeah. I need everybody to roll
Werewolves. Oh.
Oh shit.
Hit it out. Or how do I
Oh,
roll?
everybody's got the butterfingers today, not just me.
Oh boy.
Literally midpoint and left because Freddy just dropped his die. I dropped my die.
Can we use the mat so we don't have to erase all of the...
Yes, it's over there. That would be a great place to talk about our sponsor.
Oh, initiative again.
Smooth my balls.
Werewolves.
Werewolves.
Yo, I would love it if we were sponsored by a werewolf. Just one.
Has this ever
Ask
happened
Ralph.
to you? Have you ever attacked a tourist in London, cursing them with a monstrous transformation?
I'm more imagining the dapper werewolf hello, and he's in a smoking jacket, and he's like, do you suffer from erectile dysfunction?
No,
Well, I don't. I'm a werewolf.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Sucks to be you, I guess.
Although, Smooth My Balls would be a great sponsor for a werewolf.
That's
Or the other way around.
Yeah,
You know, a werewolf can keep whatever hair they want on their balls.
And if they wanted it to be smooth,
That's true.
it would be a great...
But I can't seem to get my
Face.
balls smooth, so.
You know, that makes a lot of sense. Full moon, werewolves... Makes a lot of
Oh.
sense.
Yeah.
Well, now.
Remember the thing I just said
I'm
about
next to
hindsight?
Hieros, wherever he is.
I'm next to Surrie.
Put me next to him.
Conga line of being next to people?
Now, the funny end of this combat would be if you just put the crescent back in and then froze again.
Oh. What a solution, Freddy.
Yeah.
Well, I think one of them might have the ring that
Yeah.
we need.
They're still made out of stone.
Wolf.
Where's Taliesin?
1,
He is in the
Two.
corner.
Crying.
3, 4.
Safely in the corner.
Oh, do we need a talisman here?
Oh,
Do we?
Are you
I don't
intent on
know.
having him?
Well, he's there, right?
He is.
It's up to you.
He's your NPC, bruh.
Yep.
You want him to get mauled by stone
Wolves?
wolves?
Do we think that
Werewolves?
the silvered Do we think that the silvered weapon thing is applicable here?
I hope so, because mine is.
They're
I don't know. Yeah, they're notably still completely made of stone.
There's that.
Well, I only got 2 theories to test on them. Law and order.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
Okay, initiatives, please. Alcyone.
Sorry.
No, that's what they're gonna say.
15.
15. Hieros.
Not as good. 6.
6.
4 and a
Shek.
1.
18.
Seren.
10.
Surrie.
11.
And our Mr. Man.
Good job.
Is he entering
Shek.
combat?
You don't know which Mr.
What
Man.
else is he gonna do? He's right there.
Be a scholar? I don't know.
Okay, here we are. You put in the moon amulet, and the statues twist and turn and transform into monstrous wolves, still made entirely out of stone, with the cracks forming across their features as they all level their heads at you with low, rumbling growls. You are surrounded by them. Taliesin does sort of look around at this and says, I don't know how much help I'm going to be, but you're the heroic types, right?
Yep.
Well,
Do not worry. Stay behind me or something.
All right, we are underway, and number 5 is up first.
I don't sweat unless I'm doing squats.
With a low growl, he charges forward.
Uh-oh.
This is you, Surrie?
No, that's me.
Shek.
Kashak,
I'm
he's
me.
gonna come after you, Kashak.
Can we say that?
Oh, you're you.
I mean,
Can we say that I drew my shield with my staff?
Sure, yeah. Lashing out with his jaws. That is going to be an 18 to hit.
Yep.
Yes. He will snap forward with his jaws, raking them across your shield.
It's only your body.
excuse me, sir. You're biting my body, which is also my face.
That is going to be 13 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And he's going to attack with his claws.
I'm sure he is.
You can have
And
it.
he's going to crit.
Okay.
You can have it.
Good start.
Yeah.
Jiminy's shit scram.
Not too bad at all. Only 15 points
28 total.
of slashing damage. Yep. That is going to be his turn.
Ow!
Slashing.
Which brings us to you, Kish.
yeah, for real.
Oh, goody. How high is the ceiling in here?
It's pretty high.
Great.
Let's call it 60 feet.
That's lovely. I'm gonna start flying, and
Up
I will
you go.
take the opportunity attack
He
if I
is
must.
going to take an opportunity attack.
That still works even if you go up.
Yeah, it's just leaving
Yeah.
somebody's.
He can get you.
That is a. I think that's gonna miss with a 13.
Okay, cool. I block that with my arrow catching shield.
Yes, you do. And you're up and away.
Yes, we'll say that I 20 feet in the air.
Sure.
So I have 10 feet of movement left if I want and or need it. If I wanted to try to identify the type of creature that this is, would that be like an action?
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine. Rather than trying to actually identify the creature, can I rather use that time to detect whether this is some sort of magical effect?
Like with a detect magic spell.
No, more like an arcana check.
So what are you exactly trying to determine?
If these are magical constructs of some sort.
Yeah, Arcana check.
Cool. Big yoinky. Hey, not 20.
Hey, congrats. Okay, cool. You would wager that this whole place seems pretty steeped in magical energies, be they divine or otherwise. And judging by the way that they reacted to the amulet, you would guess that they are some sort of magical construct.
Magical construct. Okay, cool. Wonderful. I will relay that to my compatriots.
They do not seem to be of natural stock.
Conferring that.
Ah, okay.
I will cast Shillelagh on my quarterstaff as a bonus action.
Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la.
And that'll be my turn.
Great. Moving on. That brings us to werewolf number 2. Who is right here. He's gonna, I guess, come and try and take a munch out of you. Surrie?
Cast munch.
Yeah,
Casts
that's
munch.
me.
16?
Nope.
Okay.
Nice.
And he's going to attack with his claws. 19.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you are going to take 13 slashing damage.
Not if I uncanny dodge.
Yeah.
Nice.
You're right.
So what's that?
So
Six.
6.
Do
That is going to
that.
bring us to Alcyone.
Yeah, as much as I want to remove that, I think one of them's going to have what we need, so I'm going to leave the amulet where it is. She's then going to unsling the staff from her back, have a look around at the pack of werewolves, and a faint nimbus of black and blue energy is going to swirl through the area, and I need all of these 4 to make a wisdom save as I cast slow.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes, indeed. So 1, 2, 3, and 5.
1, 2, 3, and 5. Okay, here we go.
And I get to choose the targets in a 40-foot cube, so we're all okay.
So 17.
That's a bingo. That succeeds.
19.
Uh-oh.
7
Great, that's a fail.
and 19.
Wow, that's one
Yeah,
failure.
That's okay.
All right.
Hey, it's alright.
17 just made it, to be fair. But
Okay. So then we'll just say that, for simplicity's sake, number 1 is slowed.
Great. Number 1 is slow. The rest seem unaffected. Let's see then. So number 2, Alcyone is going to have a look at and utter a word of shock at that one. It needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Number
It's a bonus
2?
action. Yes, please. Right on top of Surrie,
6.
my wee sister. Ah, great. Then as I speak a word in a language that no one understands, and if you did, that'd be bad for you and your health.
Alright.
Oh, we get it outside.
Take a word for you.
We know what infernal is. We know.
No, not Infernal.
Oh.
I would know Infernal.
So does Hieros.
Yeah, that's true.
And he can barely write. He writes letters. He can write just fine.
A man of the oral tradition.
Yes.
In more way than one.
Well,
Yeah,
he
baby.
respects women.
That's my
Heyo.
father!
Heyo!
And your mom feels real good.
So what happens to number
Oh,
2?
he's stunned now.
Oh, okay.
Stunned now.
He sure is.
Yeah, he's stunned.
Wonderful. Anything else, Alcyone?
I don't
Beautiful
think you
singing.
can take opportunity attacks when you're stunned.
No, you cannot.
No.
So she's going to back way over here.
Great.
And just getting over here.
Yes.
Doesn't matter, but.
Great. Anything else?
No.
That's you, Surrie.
So number 2 behind you just got stunned, and 1 is now slow.
What does stunned mean?
You have advantage on him.
I've got advantage anyway? And by
Yeah.
anyway, I mean I've got advantage.
You have advantage. You don't need
I
flank.
do.
I'm just gonna attack him.
Yeah.
Go to that. This is
Nice.
against number 2.
Advantage.
Against number 2, yes. 26.
Hit? Yes.
Fuck my duck. That's okay.
How old is the duck?
32 points of damage.
32 points of damage. That's
Correct.
a lot. Okay, great.
With both a magic and silver weapon, yeah?
Correct.
Yeesh. Anything else, Surrie?
That's it.
All right, Seren.
Oh, I'm gonna come over here to our gentleman friend. Can I step over here to the dais? And
Yeah.
then this way?
That's you can move through those spaces. Yeah. It's
Move through
just-
ally space, no problem.
Oh, so. Okie dokie. I'm gonna punch.
You already had advantage.
Yeah.
Stunned. Alright,
Right.
fair enough.
And then when he becomes unstunned.
I appreciate you getting in front of me. That's very kind.
Oh, that's gonna be a 22 to hit.
Yeesh.
Got your conch.
And then with my bonus action, I am going
Look at her crawl.
to cast Hunter's Mark upon this guy.
Okay.
So, I am going to do a... Aha! 18 damage
18 damage.
for the first hit.
Huh?
And with my second one, that's going to be another 22 to hit.
Yeesh.
So he takes an additional 17 points.
Hoo-hoo! How's it happen?
Yeah!
Oh. Well, I feel much better.
Sweep his legs
Well,
up.
first you took 32 points of damage.
Yeah, that's
But still,
Sorry, did it.
yeah.
Sorry, did the heavy lifting there. Sweep his legs up from beneath him,
Uh-huh.
and then give him the people's elbow.
Sure, yeah. The wolf clatters to the ground and crashes into crown molding across the floor. Bits and pebbles of him are all that remain.
You said they're like plasterish?
Kinda, yeah. Yeah, they're like a marbly kind of, like that white stone.
Ooh, like that.
Yeah.
Gotcha, like David. Like my
Correct,
Yeah,
yes,
gotcha.
correct.
Gotcha.
Are they as sexy as David?
When they were in their human
The tiniest dicks
and
you
depending
ever...
on what you find sexy now, they may just be, yeah.
Werewolves.
Yeah, well, there you go then.
Yeah, we have a D&D podcast. We I'm just saying.
Very true.
do you
Anything
do?
else, Sarah?
Number 2.
Thank you.
I have to move Hunter's Mark from him since he dropped to 0 hit points next turn.
You can do it as a bonus action next turn.
Great. Okay, then I shall remember that. But other than that, I stay in front of Alcyone.
Great. that is going to bring us to Taliesin. Seeing you smite one of these wolves with practiced ease, he still doesn't look great. I mean, when you guys met him in the cage, he hadn't slept or eaten for days, and he was not looking great. He's got a little more color back to him now. He still looks a little weak up on his feet, but nonetheless, you see him wave his hands and can kind of feel the divine energies wafting off of him as he casts a spell. And Seren, a shimmering field of moonlight surrounds you, giving you +2 to your AC.
Oh, that's cool. Thank
And
you,
again,
sir.
finishing the cast of his spell, he immediately sort of looks out of breath again and says, "I'll do what I can."
Oh yeah, easy, my friend.
Great, that is going to bring us to Hieros.
The Seren will remember that.
Well, this one is closest to my friend, so I will go ahead up to him. And recklessly, Hieros is going to, well, he's going to first bonus action enter into a fatherly rage. More protective
kind
than
of
angry.
rage.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
He's not mad.
He's just disappointed. And is going to unsling the great axe in one motion, attempt to cleave it into the side of this werewolf.
All right.
26 to hit.
Yes.
All right. Yay. So that is a total of 22 points of damage.
Oh!
It's a magical great axe if it matters.
22 points of damage.
Yes, indeed. And a secondly attack. Chow. Wow. Duality of man. 30 to hit.
Let me look. Yep, that'll do it.
Okay. That's another 18 points of great axe.
18 points. Great. Okay. Cool.
And so, yeah, so yeah, there's like some shimmering forms around Hieros at this point. Perhaps they distract this fucker from taking on anybody else. Who knows?
Excellent.
That's his turn.
That is going to bring us to werewolf number 4, who going to come over here and attack you, Hieros.
He has advantage anyway.
That's my dad.
He's going to attack. He'll get an 18.
That'll hit.
Yes. First with his bite, which will do 11 points of piercing damage.
Reduced to
And then
5.
he's going to attack with his claws.
Thank you.
But that will miss. For sure. Surely it will with a 11.
Oh, yes. Okay,
Yes.
no.
Yes, so that will miss. That's going to bring us to werewolf number 6. Yes. Here, who snarf, take more bread, take a bite at you.
He's galumphing.
Sorry. And he's going to crit. Wow.
Oh!
You're getting the crits.
Uh-oh.
28.
That's a...
Hieros is going to use his... Have you taken your turn again?
Since I was attacked before, yeah.
Oh, okay. Alright. Well, Hieros is going to use his reaction anyway
Okay.
because he wants to.
Okay.
Spirit Shield and reduce that damage by 13 points of damage.
Nice.
So 15 you take.
So 15 total.
Unless you feel like making that less.
I'll live.
Alright.
Well done.
Famous last words.
Well, then I've got my reaction use shield if
Yeah, you're right.
something else.
Yeah, you're right.
Take no damage.
Yeah, you're right.
Speaking of someone who's died before.
And then he's good. That was the bite, right? Yeah. He's going to attack
Sure.
with his claws, but he'll crit fail that time. So
Beautiful.
duality of man.
You
Or
see
wolf.
a vaguely enormous form that might have a bit of pink on top sort of wedge itself between you and your attack. What if the Ancestral Guardians weren't Ancestral Guardians?
They were just friends.
What if the ancestral guardians were the friends we made along the way?
Who also
Who all
died.
died.
Yeah.
Okay, number 3 is going to attack you as well, Hieros.
Valid.
Wait, no, it's one's turn.
Oh, he's
But
slow.
he is slow. Come attack, Surrie.
Yeah, that's alright, buddy.
Actually, I can get advantage, can't he? Over here. But he only makes one attack.
Sure.
That will connect with a 22.
Is it too much?
Just
So
beats my
that
shield.
is 15 points of piercing damage.
Well, that'll uncanny dodge.
Sure.
Right, because my turn's coming up soon.
Reduced
Sure.
to
At
7.
the end of his turn, he can make another save.
Oh, great. Okay, it's a wisdom save.
Yes.
4.
He's still feeling it.
Yeah, sure,
He's
okay.
still feeling
He's
it.
really
feeling
Now number 3 will attack. Hieros.
He has advantage if he didn't already.
And God, he gets a crit.
Yeah, that's valid.
Baby critters.
They be critting
Jesus.
tonight.
These critters be critting.
Our first combat in a while. We're
Guys.
getting it in the business end of
Guys,
these.
we're crit out of luck right
Yeah.
Ba-dum-bum.
23 points of slashing damage.
We're
Reduced to
crit
elf.
heads. We're cool
And he's going to attack
kids.
again.
Word.
And that will connect
You said
for
control earlier today.
18 points.
Reduced to 9.
Mm-hmm. Great. That is the end of round 1.
Woo. Uh-oh.
One of the werewolves.
What does that
Which
mean?
one exactly? You can't
Oh
quite
God.
tell. Tips his head back.
That's exactly the noise you're supposed to be making.
That's
The statue
amazing.
begins to crumble itself back together, re-emerging.
Oh, God!
Oh, yeah. Which one was that? It was number 2.
2!
Again, re-emerging.
Fuck me.
There's gotta be a damage type we have to deal to it to make them go down.
I feel different.
He looks,
Radiant.
still has cracks and seams running through him. He doesn't look quite as strong as he did before.
Uh-huh.
But he is back up. So we are back to the top of the round. That is new werewolf number 5, who is right here.
Does he still have Hunter's Mark on him?
No, he wouldn't because he died.
Okay, that's fair.
Right?
Yeah.
So you have to move it as a bonus action back onto him if you wanted.
Yeah, right. Number 5. This is Kashek up in the air here. You
20
said,
feet.
You
if
said
it matters.
20 feet?
Yes.
Alright, he's gonna try
Is he
something.
feeling lucky?
I thought.
He's gonna run over here, hop up onto the
Oh
dais,
Yeah!
and try to leap up into the air and grab
You don't
onto
get-
your
yeah.
ankles, Kashek.
God, I hope he doesn't.
So first, let's just make it like a grapple check. So Kashek, please give me a acrobatics or athletics check.
Well, this has gotta be alright.
Again, I'm somehow proficient in athletics, and I don't remember how that happened.
Is that Outlander
These
maybe?
things happen.
Maybe.
Yeah.
15?
That's not bad.
Oh, he got an 18.
Yeah.
Very close. So he runs over to the dais, puts a foot up on top of it, and leaps into the air with inhuman strength, wrapping his claws around Kashek's ankles. Kashek, you feel yourself being dragged down until you are pinned to the ground with the werewolf's maw dripping over you. You are grappled. Back to the ground. That's going to be his turn. It is your turn, Kashek.
Wow, is he a monk too?
Hieros looking at me with that face.
Kinda. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's really bad, obviously, but
Yeah, I'm a little worried.
Alright, so I'm on the ground.
Yes, you are grappled.
It seems to have volunteered.
I am going to touch up on his face
Uh-huh.
and cast Dispel Magic.
Ooh, interesting.
So, if it is a spell that is animating him, that is 3rd level or lower, it immediately ends. If it is higher than 3rd level, he is going to have to make a contesting wisdom save, I believe. Let me double check to make sure that's right.
Yeah, you make a skill check, wisdom check. And
Yeah, it's DC is 10 plus the spell's level.
yeah,
Yes.
so you make that, he doesn't.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. It's definitely more than 3rd level.
So you gotta decide.
Does
Okay.
it? Well, does it?
Is divine.
It's not like a spell.
Yeah, I thought this might get a little sticky, but
No, I'm here for it.
I checked to make
It's-
sure.
It's like spell or magical effect,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yes. But what I'm saying is that it's not. What is acting upon them is not a thing in the book.
Right, so you gotta give it a
right,
level,
I'm
I
just gonna
guess,
make a call. Okay, so yes, make that. I'm gonna make you make the check, but yeah, go for it.
Well, let's see if this works out. I'm going to use you.
I guess we'll know if it works. If it doesn't.
Okay. 15.
Alright.
Alright.
Yeah, fair enough.
Oh, it's a great idea though. Okay,
I like where your head's at.
love where you're
On your body.
Anything
now.
else, Kashek?
Yes, 1 minute.
Do you know what I'm gonna do? It's if you want to try that again, Kashek. I'm just gonna tell you it's 16 is the DC. That's just something that you
Both.
can know if you're interested. You feel like you almost got it.
Well, yeah, cool. Guess I'm here now.
Okay.
Well, at least for now. Okay. Werewolf number 2, back amongst us. He is. Oh man, sorry. How do you always find yourself here?
She just does.
Before we move on, am I prone or just grappled?
No, you're scrapped.
Okay.
Number 2 is gonna attack you, Surrie, I guess.
He's gotta do what he's gotta
What
do,
else
yeah.
is it gonna do?
Yeah,
But I think we'll miss with a 13.
correct.
Yes. An attack again. But I think we'll. 18?
Not if I catch you.
No.
Yay!
Okay. Great. That brings us to Alcyone.
Okay, well. If they're all gonna group in a little closer, which makes sense. They worked on cows the first time, but not the second time. Let's try on werewolves the second time. Slow once again, and all 6 of them make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Mamma mia. Okay, here we go. Okay, here it goes.
So this is a fresh chance for number 1 to make the save.
Right, okay. So 1 is still slowed.
Well, he gets to make the save.
He gets a 20.
He's fine.
Number
Damn.
2 gets an 8.
That's not.
Number 3 gets a 3.
Alright,
Ain't
cool.
enough. Number 4 gets a 20. Number
Man.
5 gets a 5.
Okay.
So currently 2, 3, and 5
5.
are slowed.
Yeah.
And the last one gets a 17.
So that would
2,
just
3, and
makes
5.
it. Yeah. All right, that's half. That's better than last time. We can take that.
Yep. 2, 3, no, 2, 3, 5.
So the 3 of them are slowed, and as a bonus action, Alcyone is going to reach out. Surrie, you might want to be careful. Their breath surely stinks. Although, somewhere in the stone, try and locate the chinks, and we'll give a
Well done.
Thank you.
inspiration to you.
Anything else, Alcyone?
Nope.
Great.
It's gonna hang out there right behind my good friend Sarah.
Okay. Surrie, surrounded by 3 werewolves. What would you like to do?
It's my turn.
Yes, it is.
Is number 2 still stunned by any chance? That's over.
No, none of them are
That's
stunned.
okay.
No longer.
2 is slowed, though.
Yes. 2, 3, and 5 are slowed.
Do anything for me.
You have advantage on 2, though.
You don't have advantage? Oh, you do have advantage. And
I
also
do have
AC is
advantage
reduced
on
by 2 because you're flanking with...
Beautiful. I'm gonna cast Green Flame Blade and I'm gonna attack number 2.
Nice.
And I do have advantages.
You do, and his AC is reduced by 2.
That's easy.
Easy. 27.
Yep.
Okay, let me at least roll these.
That's a lot of damage.
It's
Sure
a
getting the right amount of
couple- it's a
D8s?
couple
Yeah, you got it.
ones.
Yeah, you're good, you're good.
Okay. 30.
Okay, that's enough.
9. Okay.
That was number 2.
That was to 2.
Again, crumbling into dust.
Okay, some of it was fire if that has anything to do with anything.
It does.
11 if it was fire. Okay,
Well
and then some fire is gonna leap from him to number 1.
Ah,
Nice.
He
yes.
will take
Love that aspect.
9 points of fire damage.
Fantastic. Washing across its stone body. Great. Well done. Anything else, Surrie?
No.
Awesome. On to...
Oh,
Oh!
12 points of fire damage. I had my spellcasting mod. Nope, that's it.
Seren.
I'm gonna run over here and do what I do best, which is punching. With my bonus action, I'm gonna move Hunter's Mark onto that fellow.
1 is not slowed.
Yes, so 27.
Number 1, yes.
Great.
Okay.
It's gonna take 17 points of my fist.
This is on number 1?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Bingo, bongo.
17.
Mm-hmm. And that's a 23 to hit.
Yes.
Yep. He takes another, not as good, 12 points of my fist.
Mm-hmm.
And he needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
What'll he throw?
Yeah. 18.
He makes it, so he is not stunned, and that's my whole turn.
Sir, make me a perception check at disadvantage.
13.
As you strike into this werewolf right in front of you, throwing your fists into its porcelain body, it kind of whirls around to meet you, and you can see around its neck a chain cutting tightly into the furry stone surface of its wolfen form. You see
Interesting.
it's wearing a necklace from which dangles an amulet bearing the image of a half-moon.
Interesting. I think about the maneuver I pulled with Baba Lasaga's house and get very excited.
Okay, that's gonna bring us to Taliesin. What's he doing?
He's hanging in there.
Yeah, he is going to come over here,
Uh-oh.
and he's gonna take an opportunity attack.
Oh, I might. All right.
Which is gonna connect.
Has it been my turn yet? No, it hasn't.
No.
I'll get my reaction back.
Taliesin, the wolf bearing down on all of you, kind of turns to move away, and as he does, one of the wolves whips around, runs a claw across his back, and he howls out in pain, but nonetheless manages to meagerly amble forward, collapsing on the ground here, but still salient enough. He again weaves his hands and is going to do... What's the little one? Healing word?
Yeah, healing word is a bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
We cast at range.
Yes, to you, Surrie.
Oh, he's a nice
Thank
one.
you.
You receive back 8 points of healing.
Thank you.
That's going to bring us to Hieros.
Damn it. Alright, that's fine. Great. Well, I imagine you didn't say anything.
About-
You just noticed the necklace and were like, my thoughts and plans.
Yeah.
That's fair. Just checking.
I gotta do what she would do.
That's absolutely right.
Just hold everything right here, and then one day she'll die.
Right. And Hieros would not be paying attention to that unless someone was immediately going, ouch. So, recklessly, is going to attempt to carve into number 3, who I believe he's been carving into already.
Yes.
They'll get inside. That is a total of 25 to hit.
Yes.
Grand. That's a total of 12 points of great axe.
Okay.
Still up?
Yeesh.
Fuck. That's fine. We'll do it again. With all of our panache and our axe. Uh-oh. 16?
Yes.
Alright. Cha. Oh, and what's the world-cleaving 12 points of damage.
That's enough. How's
Hey!
that?
Great. So that first one that round, looking a little rocky, I'm going to take out, if I can, is...
Rocky. Because they're made of stone.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, he's going to go ahead and make a strong attack at the elbow of the left arm, and then come around and swing into the right flank. And just tear.
Shattering him in half, and he crumbles to pieces on the temple floor. Great.
And will attempt to move himself in between
Very kind.
his friend.
Anything else, Hieros?
No.
Great. That's going to bring us to number 4, who's right here. I'm going to continue attacking you, Hieros.
Yeah, that's Bell. He's advantage.
Oh my god, he crit!
Maybe he'll do it twice.
Wow! Stop!
Sorry.
It's okay. This
Don't
is
be
Hieros'
sorry.
job. This is Hieros' job.
Yeah, if anybody should be the damage sponge, it should be the barbarian.
Ow.
This is why they brought you, I guess.
This is why he's good.
What did I say?
Meat father.
I'm not saying it's okay. I'm saying things look slightly better.
30 points of
Reduced to
piercing damage.
15, but wow.
And the second attack will miss. Number 6 is going to attack Surrie.
Yeah.
With advantage. And we'll connect with a 22 for 12 points. And attack again. But I think we'll miss with a 14.
Correct.
Yep. Number 1. It's also going to attack you, Surrie. 14.
Does not hit.
And again, I think we'll also miss with a 15. Correct. And number 3 is dead, so that is the end of the second round. And again, you hear... as they pop back up.
Bro!
This time, number 2, chunks are missing from him, but he is back up.
Okay, I see what's gonna go. Okay.
Back to the top. Number 5
Is slow.
is slow and grappling Kashek, so he's going to try to take a munch. 18 will connect.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, for 10 piercing damage. That's all he gets. It's your turn, Kashek.
Cool. Doing okay over there?
Yeah. Seren!
Yes?
Duck!
No, the wolves!
I'm gonna
I
cast...
will duck if I have the opportunity to do that.
I'm gonna cast Tidal Wave.
Uh-oh.
Because I want to.
Nice.
Alright, yeah.
So,
What happens?
him, and her. Please make me dexterity saving throws.
Okay. Does slow affect their dex saving throws?
Sure does. -2, baby.
-2, okay.
I want to make sure that I got the dimensions on that right. Area can be up to 30 feet long. Oh, up to 10 feet wide. Okay. Then in that case, number 3 is going to be fine. So it'll just be these 3 and Seren. Actually, in that case, not Seren. I'll just make it go right down the middle here.
Okay, great. So these three.
Correct. So
So
those
it's kind of
three-
like whoosh.
Yes, please make saving throws as a wall of water crashes down among them.
Here's number 1. Crit fails.
Nice.
Number 2
-2.
gets a 3.
Yep.
And number 4 fails as well.
Awesome. They are all going to take 4d8 bludgeoning damage and be knocked prone, and then the water spreads around and extinguishes any open flames, which I do not believe there are any.
No, not currently.
As Kashak tells all this, just being pinned by his fucking werewolf.
I like
You
it.
are grappled. You're not prone.
I am grappled.
So if we turn these folks back to stone, you're not going to be trapped under a statue.
Like you can't move a statue.
Not bad. That is going to be 20 points of damage, and they're all prone.
I call
Excellent. So that's 20 points on number 4. 20 points on number... Wait, it takes out 1.
Nice.
Oh, and probably 2, I bet.
And number 2... Yes, they are both gone. 1 and 2 are gone.
I have arrived.
I believe that's all I can do.
Great. Number 2 is gone. Alcyone.
Oh, well, wet. All right, good.
And as the water passes over them, Seren, you see the twinkle of the amulet on the necklace
Get my snatching
as the
hands
water
ready.
flows over it amongst the crumpled body of the wolf.
Oh, that was on number 1.
Yeah.
Oh. And they're all still up.
Yes, they all still remain.
They didn't seem to give much of a shit. Well, all right. In that case, Sonya's going to go ahead and take a moment and just casually toss out a hand, and a lance of blue energy will spear its way towards number 6 and cast a ray of frost.
Ooh.
Okay, that's a lot. Yeah, it's a 29 to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. 15 points of cold damage to number 6.
15 points of gold damage. There it goes.
Yeah.
Great.
And that's the action. You still have inspiration to last
I do.
for 10 minutes, so we're going to hold the rest of ours for now, and that is going to be Alcyone's turn.
Great. Sorry.
Kashak is prone?
Not prone.
No.
He's just
grappled.
grappled. So if I moved over, would I be flanking?
Yes, because I'm not
You
incapacitated.
just lock by space and stuff.
I will be attacking that one.
Okay.
Number 6. That's a good old 27 to hit.
Yes.
Got a
Drop my
little
Zealous.
little spice on that
excited.
one.
We haven't had combat in so long.
I know, right?
Yeah.
28 points of damage.
Great. Number 6. Okay. Anything else? Sorry.
That is all for me.
Sorry.
Gonna use my snatching hands on this amulet.
Yeah, it's just lying amongst the crumpled ruins of the former statue. So yeah, you pick it right up.
Yeah.
The fucking scene from Milan.
Yeah.
I cast Yoink.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Yoink at 2nd level.
Somehow you get a fish at the same time. It's incredible.
It was from the tidal wave.
And then I'm gonna come over here and
Kashak, what the fuck?
put it into the dais.
Pop that bad boy into the dais.
Yeah!
Take the full moon out.
Yes.
Yes. So you
Yes, definitely what you said.
slam it in. Take the full moon amulet out, and the light again changes to just sort of your normal, everyday, average light that you would experience. And all of the werewolves, their snarling comes and ceases, and again they begin to twist and shape and turn back to the unmoving statues of elves in great pain. So, Kashak, you kind of like climb
Make it
your
make
way
some
out
accents
of
if you want.
You kind of climb your way out of the claws of this werewolf.
Do you need me to free you?
No.
And I, if I can, just like slap his hand off me.
Crack as it falls to the ground and crumbles.
He's going to miss that.
Is everyone alright?
Yeah, my sandals are a bit wet, but that's par for the course. I'm gonna grab the full moon amulet off the ground.
Mm-hmm. You do so.
Or from Seren, whoever's got it.
Yeah, I'll hand that back to you. Does anyone want to hold on to this for safekeeping?
I vote Surrie.
Give that to you.
Fine.
Okay, you now have the crescent, full, and half moon amulets. We'll do that. The statues are still and motionless around you. What would you like to do?
Back to the raft?
Did everyone see the door on the first floor?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't say no to a short rest. I feel like we're relatively safe in here.
If you think we'll be safe, if they start to move again, we can start bothering them again.
Okay, provided as you don't put the full moon back in the
I-
dais, we should be.
I think,
fine
yeah.
to know.
I don't know how things work, but that sounds great to me.
All right.
Great. You settle in for a short rest.
Great. Alcyone will sing mutter a little song of rest as you do so. Everyone gets an extra 6 from me.
I haven't taken any damage.
Well, neither has Alcyone, but she
She's
mutters
not
her.
fucking bragging.
I
about
took
it.
a lot.
She mutters the song of rest anyway.
You settle in for a short rest.
Harry, would you do me a favour and put your stone into the dais again?
Sure. I will do that.
Which one?
The half.
Great. Putting the half moon in, the light again changes to just sort of a normal light, standard light, if that is a thing. Not bright, not dim, not darkness, etc., etc. You know what I mean. And the mosaic on the ceiling again changes its shape. The first was sort of the elf reaching up, and you put the crescent moon in, it was the centaur-like figure. When you put this one in, it is a picture. You can see what looks like an elf. When he's depicted, it's sort of in that Egyptian hieroglyph style, where it is both front on and side view.
You gotta show all your limbs, otherwise they can steal them.
Right, exactly. He's sort of on one knee, hands up, and he's sort of like looking down at what appears to be a forest floor with a small, what looks like just sort of sapling beginning to come up out of the earth.
Do you think that is this tree?
Yes.
When I'm sick, it's fun to be Hieros because I can be extra low. For fun.
Hieros glyphs.
I assume that's what that little one is, yes.
Imagine how big he must be.
Well, no, I think it's probably that is that tree when it was very small.
Well, I'm just thinking of a sapling for a tree this big. I mean,
I think they all start the same. If the tree's been here for millennia, then he's had plenty of time to get bigger.
fair enough, fair enough. I am not an expert on trees. I mostly do the... I probably shouldn't mention what I do. I don't think you'd like it.
You replant them, don't you?
Oh, of course. Otherwise, well, your trade doesn't last very long as a lumberjack.
Thank you. Kashek, you all right?
I'm better now.
You had to pop every talon first.
I had to crack some bones back into place.
Were they yours?
I hope so.
Don't know how they got in there otherwise.
So at some point during this short rest, Seren,
Yeah.
you're all, going about doing your things, watching the ceiling, pretty pictures on the ceiling.
There's a spider web on our ceiling.
Wolf.
I see.
Taliesin comes over to you, Seren, and just sort of like sits down next to you as you all are resting. Seren, you said your name was, yeah? I'm Taliesin. I introduced myself to your friends. I don't know if... Yes, well, anyway. I wanted to ask. May I ask you a question, Seren? Where did you come by that? Gesturing to your crescent ring.
This was in a shrine to Mother Night in Barovia, the old valley.
Ah, but of course that would make sense, yes, in all my research. I lost track of the key once the old valley disappeared, and it only makes too much sense. Well, curious that it should come to your hands. May I ask you another question, Seren? You're, well, as we were absconding through the forest, running for our very lives, your friend mentioned that, well, they mentioned that you grew up in a monastery, far from here. Or perhaps not too far from here.
It's by that way I came by this, yes.
Oh. Again, the connection makes sense. Just sort of academic curiosity, could call it. What was that like? Did you have a good life there, or?
I'm having a better one here. I'm having one here. wasn't a bad one. There's a reason I haven't gone back.
It was hard.
No. Well, yes and no.
Well, it's certainly good that you've found yourself amongst such excellent company. They seem to care for you a great deal.
That was your doing earlier.
I'm sorry?
That was your doing earlier.
Oh, yes. I put my faith in the celestial bodies, and in return I can do a few body tricks.
Does she speak to you?
Who would that be? Of course. In a way. Not in the sort of way you might hope. But I take her meaning, nonetheless. You see, well, the universe can seem a terribly cruel place, Seren, as I'm sure you've come across in your time. That's why I put my faith in the heavenly bodies, you see, because as terrible, cruel, unforgiving as the universe may seem, there are rules, you see. The sun will always rise, and when it tires, the moon will replace it. It may seem poor recompense, sunset and moonrise, for all we must go through, for the parade of shenanigans that is immortal life. But as long as we are here to see sunset and moonrise, it means another day will come, and that means another chance to do better.
Thank you.
Oh, that's my rambling. I'm sorry. Well, I won't take up any more of your time.
Are you alright?
Yes, Sarah's just weary from my long captivity. Thank you for talking to me. Yes. And he gets up and makes his way back across the chamber. Okay. You all spend a short rest. Getting whatever you get back from that. And about an hour passes. Okay, what would you like to do?
I guess we should go
Go back
downstairs
to
to that
the
second bridge.
Yeah.
Well, you've got to put the thing in the thing.
Back
Surrie's got it.
to the rift.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you do so. I'm assuming taking out the full moon amulet, putting in the half moon amulet. The light again changes from bright to every day. And the water this time begins to
Regular
lower. Depositing you at this middle bridge.
That'd be really embarrassing if it put us anywhere else.
Well, there was
Yeah.
that door on the first floor.
Oh, yeah. I wonder if that's the end goal. Are you a strong swimmer? You are. You saved that child.
I remember when I rescued that child, yes.
So do I.
Let's go.
No, we don't have to, so let's go.
We need the big key for that door.
Moving into this room, this one resembles a forest glade open to the sky. The roof of it has that same sort of effect as the main chamber, where you can see light filtering down from above, and all around are trees standing, forming the walls of this chamber. At the center is a stone pedestal with an enormous stone bowl sat on top of it. And drawing a little closer, laying in the bowl, which is completely empty right now, is what looks like a silver harvesting sickle. And again, around the outside of the bowl are again inscriptions.
I think that's you.
May I read the inscriptions?
You may. Water from air, sky, and mountainside cannot create works such as these. It also needs the water of life.
I do say that out loud. How tall is the grass in here?
It's, what you walk on every day of your life.
Take out my own sickle.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a feeling we've got to sweat or bleed.
Yeah, my thought was blood.
My thought
Yeah.
was blood.
I've never heard sweat called the water of life.
I cannot sweat.
Blood it is then, I was hoping not to. Fine. Use the other one. Put my own sickle away.
I volunteered for this. I have an awful lot of blood. I am big, you see.
I just heard the music, sorry.
Alright. I will take the sickle.
From the bowl?
Mm-hmm.
As you pick it up, it gleams in the light filtering down from above.
It might not work.
Give me your hand.
Hand?
What do you want then?
Like, back of the arm or something. Why would you use your hand? There's so many nerve endings in your hand. That would hurt.
You're so right. I'm so sorry.
It's a stupid thing people do in stories.
Give me the back of your... Dwark's not here to make fun of me for being emo.
I'm just saying, why would you use your palm?
I could get him.
Yeah.
May I have the back of your arm then?
Oh, please, yes.
We'll very gently... How sharp is this thing?
You pick it up and move it through the air. It almost whistles, cutting through the air. It's incredibly sharp.
Then I will very gently place it on you and just apply enough pressure that it starts to bleed up.
Little droplets start bubbling up to the surface, and before too long, a clean, thin line appears across Hieros' forearm, dripping with blood.
I'm sorry.
Hey, that's okay. It's a lot of hair. I know, it's a lot to deal with.
And then collect it in the bowl.
It's a big bowl. Like
So, holding your arm out over the bowl, Hieros, at first just little drips bloop, bloop, drip into the bowl. And as it begins to collect in the bottom of the bowl, it begins to shift and move. And your very blood, which is just joined with the bowl, begins reaching back up towards you, forming tiny little hands reaching back up towards your arm, taking more
Hello?
and more
Hello? That's going to death.
from your arm. Please give me a constitution.
Ooh.
Take it away. I take it
Don't
away.
worry, you've seen me bleed more than this. Uh-oh.
No.
That's enough.
Oh, no.
Please stop.
Con save?
Yes.
Okay.
Someone heal him.
That is a total of 23.
Okay. I think I'll be okay. Yes. The tiny little blood hands reach and again begin sort of gently touching around the wound, taking more and more blood. But you stand strong, and they just seem to be gathering it, moving back down the stream, further filling the bowl. And you can see a small pool now starting to collect at the bottom. One portion has been taken. Would you like to continue?
You should
Stop.
You should swap. You should swap out with one of us.
Do you think so?
Yes.
How am I feeling?
You feel fine.
I feel fine. Let me try one more. I ask this of you.
You do feel fine, and the little bloody hands, leaving small smears on your arm, seem gentle.
I will go again.
Okay? Con save,
I'm
please.
full of healing juice.
I'm full of juice.
We could turn you into a fountain. I'll just keep pumping.
That is a 17.
That is successful.
Okay.
Again, more and more is pulled, and the bowl fills up a little bit more. Would you like to continue?
How do I feel?
Feel fine.
Last one, and then I will switch out.
These have been saves, correct?
Yep.
Hey, cool, resistance.
One more.
Go ahead. Con save.
That's a D4.
Yeah.
Need that.
I don't like that tone.
That's okay. 17 again.
That's enough. A little more. It is still far from full. But again, you managed to hold together. Though the little reaching blood hands, though still gentle against your arm, are becoming a little more and more animated as more is drawn. What would you like to do?
Do we have to fill this whole thing?
How close is it?
It's still far from full.
What else is in the room?
Just trees lining the outsides.
Swap with me, at least.
I said I would. I will.
I shift my sands of resistance onto Seren.
Okay. So, stepping away, Seren.
Exfoliate gently.
I remove some of my cool arm wrapping that definitely does things in combat.
Seren, you step up.
Mm-hmm.
Again, opening a little wound.
Mm-hmm.
Those same hands. As Hieros move away, they sort of reach out and fall and pull themselves back up again, looking for something. But as soon as you draw
now.
close, they again switch over. It's like the hands from the Door of Truth.
Oh, good.
That's exactly what I was thinking!
And they begin sort of pooling around your wound. Please give me a Constitution saving throw.
And I get a little hat.
Well, D4.
A little hat.
I get a hat.
May it serve you well. I don't think I'm out of suppression in those except for Hieros.
18.
That's enough. You feel it begin, these tiny little hands animatedly pulling the blood from your wound. It fills up a little more. Would you like to continue?
Mm-hmm.
The rest of you should
Con
not
save,
do more
please.
than 2.
Do I continue to resist?
Yeah, it's a cantrip.
Okay.
You are enveloped in warm sands.
12.
12.
Mm-hmm.
The hands become very excited and start to pull. And though it was just a little sliver of a cut that you put on yourself, they pull it over, reaching into your body, pulling more and more blood out, and you begin to feel pain lance up and down your arm. Seren, your max hit points are reduced by 10.
Okay!
Woof! As they pull. Do you step back?
Yes.
Okay.
I can continue.
No.
No, I'll go next.
The rest of you will not fare as well, I fear.
I'll go next.
Okay.
The same thing,
Uh,
very gently.
You step away, and again, the hands, as you step away, are a little less docile than when Hieros stepped away, and they reach out a little aggressively as you move
Sure,
away.
I deserved that for something.
And Surrie, as you step forward, they again lash out and begin sort of coiling themselves around wherever the wound you put on yourself is. Please give me a con save.
Yeah, don't do the hand, that's bad for you.
You're resisting me?
Yes. No, not Surrie.
I wanted to make sure.
Yes, the
Oh,
sand shift.
my temporary hit points.
Natural 20 plus 3
Roll
plus
the
2 is 25.
That's enough.
Surrie starts reaching into there.
You still keep temporary hit points.
Right, but I don't have as many now because it gave me on top of my...
The bowl looks to be about a quarter full.
Oh, good.
God. I'll
Would
keep
you like
going.
to keep going?
Mhm.
Okay, con save, please.
Oh, baby. Not as good. 12.
The hands again become violent. Your max hit points are reduced by 10. Would you like to
Step
keep going
back.
or step back?
I'll step back. If Hieros says that.
Okay.
Beginning to wonder if blood isn't the answer.
Hooty-hoo!
Then what do we think?
There's all these trees around, perhaps there's some kind of sap going through them.
Alright, go for it.
Can I take the sickle and make a very gentle cut on one of the trees instead?
Yes. May.
Oh, man.
A very planned for outcome.
A very treant.
Hey, that's my leg! Ouch!
You take the sickle, stained with blood, over to one of the trees that kind of form the walls of this space, and just run it across the bark. Okay.
Do you want blights?
No!
This is how you get the
God,
light.
I
no.
get blights.
Immediately,
Yeah.
the light in the room shifts. From pleasant moonlight, suddenly, the room is stained a deep red color. The line that you drew across the bark of the tree, red veins seem to spider out from where you drew it across the tree as blood is pulled from the sickle into its bark.
Okay, so that's not
So
great.
Kashek, before when you said hootie hoo, I was a little confused about whether you meant no, Madison, that's a bad idea, or yes, Madison, I think this is a great
Sometimes
idea.
a hootie hoo is just a hootie hoo.
Well, you gotta be a little bit more specific then.
Got a weed.
The
Hootie hoo.
blood
Neutrally.
the blood in the bowl begins to, it turns into almost like a gelatinous kind of substance, and you can almost hear it like scream
I've made a mistake.
as little arms begin flailing about
What
all
makes you
around
think that?
the bowl.
Is it the screaming? Because I did. For me, it's the screaming.
Can you heal a tree? Kashek?
Can you heal a tree?
Could you try?
No.
Okay.
I need everyone to roll me initiative.
No.
I've been there where I'm like,
Fuck you.
I wonder if this one weird interaction will happen in this room. I'm sure it won't, but I'll write it down anyway.
I thought too before we even started. Well, when you asked about the trees, but we're already
As this
doing blood.
little pooled amount of blood in the basin begins to twist and thrive and start to grow.
How much fucking blood did we need there, buddy?
Well, the good news is we're about to have a lot more of it on hand.
Into the
Into the
bowl.
bowl.
So that is the source of aggression right now. Is the
blood.
the blood? All right.
Okay.
Not the tree. We don't. All right.
Okay. That's unfortunate because I am like quadruple effective against plants.
Couldn't you be plants?
We're gonna have to fucking start over.
Ooh, I don't know. We're gonna have to find out here.
dear.
All right, we're flying by the seat of our pants here, friends.
I think you mean by the seat of our plants, Trevor.
Heyo! So again, there's just a dais in the center here.
Love those fucking daises.
Walls.
There's so many goddamn
I
daises.
never liked daises.
Not a dais in my life.
Kashek's just gonna cast
Speaking
Sunbeam
of-
on every deus he sees from now on.
Fuck you. Yeah,
Where
right.
am I?
Place yourselves wherever you like.
I don't know. I'm
I
probably
was
next
at
to
the
Hieros
tree.
again. I was worried about him. Yeah.
Here we go. Initiatives, please. Alcyone.
19.
Hieros.
14.
Seren.
18.
Surrie.
11.
Kashek.
20 who?
22.
22.
22.
20
yes.
who?
This is a spooky fight.
A little bit.
So I'm
Hey.
Is it?
out. From this bowl, this congealed globule of blood, disturbed at the forest around it being attacked, starts to shift and grow. And it spills out over the side of the bowl and grows larger and larger and
Do we have
larger.
enough now? Do we have enough?
Until it takes a humanoid form. One of its arms, huge and bustling like Hieros's. Its legs, long and lithe like Seren's.
No.
Its head has twisting horns like
Well, thank God
Surrie.
Kashek didn't put any blood in the bowl. Or else it would have flown.
Then it could fly.
That's exactly what I just said.
Oh, sorry.
That.
As it grows to be of a size with all of you, it throws its head back.
How are you doing that?
There's no need for all that.
Okay, Kashek, you are up first.
Oh, goody.
As you face yourselves!
Kind of.
I'm gonna twirl my staff around and
Shriek.
absolutely annihilate this motherfucker with sand as I cast Blight.
Nice.
What is everybody's maximum hit points?
Right
87.
Right now it's 79.
Ours have not been reduced.
Right.
He needs to make a con save. Ooh, draining moisture from it. I love it.
Hieros, what is your constitution save?
Oh God.
You add 7.
Okay.
7?
You add 7.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Oh. Fuck.
17.
Damn it! Fucking, that's what it needed. All right. Well, it takes half as much.
Okay.
Okay.
Still a lot of d8s.
That is.
Oh, fuck.
He's mostly made out of you!
No, that's fine. It's the other stuff I'm worried about.
It's that he's gonna take half damage and be resistant to shit.
And also have uncanny dodge.
Try making him a dex save.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a lot of
little
dice.
bastard.
Just grin.
You shit-eating grin over here. Ew. I made a blood elemental.
Meat element. We could.
It's never like
Okay.
a pizza.
He
elemental.
takes 18 points of necrotic damage.
He sure does.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay, great. And
Awesome.
goes-
Yes, I will cast Shillelagh on my quarterstaff.
Shillelagh.
Get in the
Right.
business.
Alcyone.
Alcyone is going to level the staff, and no, we used it yesterday. Yeah, okay. I was like the first time. No.
No, pointed it at the motherfuckers.
Yeah, is
Yeah.
going to,
Turned out great.
for similar reasons, it's going to take a step this way and unleash from it. I feel like spells coming from the Staff of Power are less like casting a spell through it and more like allowing the staff to do what it wants to already. Which is in this case, cast Lightning Bolt at 5th level.
Nice.
Whoa.
So I need a dex save from only this motherfucker, please.
Seren, what is your dexterity save?
9.
Is it? Woof! 28.
It'll take half damage.
Will it, though?
I don't see why not, Trevor!
Well, it's made up of all three of you, and so one could assume that it has attributes from all three of you.
Doesn't need to have all of them, does it?
That's evasion.
Like evasion.
You cast forward the lightning bolt, which this creature nimbly dodges out of the way of.
Well, in that case, I'm gonna have you stay right there and speak a horrifying word of shock at it, please. Con save.
That's gonna use.
That's a
my-
+7, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
25! Yeah, that's fine. It makes a save or whatever. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's the end of... Alcyone's gonna back the fuck a little bit up. And just kind of hang out behind her good friend, Seren. Yeah, this sucks.
It is a bit my fault. I'm sorry.
Yeah, your blood
So-
rocks.
Well, no. Do we think that the better idea is to give it more blood or to keep hitting it?
Definitely don't give it more blood.
All right, then I'm gonna keep hitting it.
What insane idea is that?
Don't let it get any
For it.
sex blood.
So I'm gonna come over here, blocking off my good friend. Sorry, I'm sorry.
You shouldn't be. She likes to get hit by stuff.
Stop.
She loves taking damage.
I might have
That's
a little bit of
Taliesin
a
right
martyr complex.
there? The black one?
Taliesin's
No,
not-
Taliesin's not here. I gotta put him somewhere.
No.
Yeah.
That's-
Thank you for
that's
reminding me.
Kashek, are you in the air?
No.
No.
Okay, good.
We're gonna make Taliesin this pink one. He's over here.
Oh.
Pink.
Okay, well that's 18 to hit.
Yes.
Okay. With my bonus action, I will cast Hunter's Mark upon it.
Yeah.
So it takes. Not great. 11 points of damage. And needs to make a Constitution save throw.
+7.
Yeah. 21.
Okay. And then it takes. It's 24 to hit.
Yes.
So it takes another 13 points and needs to make another Constitution save throw.
16. Sorry.
Man. Yeah, okay, he's fine.
Blame Hieros.
And then I'm gonna run
You're
over
so beefy.
here.
Yeah.
Okay. That's gonna bring us to its turn. It throws its head back and gives sort of a gargled cry. A gargled cry of rage.
No!
Uh-oh.
Wow, we fucked up. And by we, I mean me.
We can do it.
Nobody stopped you.
In our defense, that's a very extreme reaction.
It is. It is. No, it is. But here we are in the wonderful world of D&D, where extreme things happen. Okay, it's gonna attack Seren here.
Of course it is.
Let's see,
He's using my own attacks against me.
Surrie, what is your weapon attack to hit
With what?
No.
with your dagger?
Including the bonuses from the dagger?
All of it, yeah.
10.
Plus 10.
It's magic.
All right, so it's a 23 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay, and it is going to lunge out like one of those little arms kind of comes from its body, lunging out, forming a fist as it flies through the air, and it's going to strike you. Seren, what does your unarmed strikes do? Damage.
A D8 plus 5.
So the first one is a 8.
8 damage?
Yeesh.
Okay, go
And then
ahead.
we'll attack again with a 13.
Will not hit.
We'll miss. Use its bonus action to rage. So
Okay.
that's going to bring us to Taliesin. And again, we'll cast Shield of Faith on Seren.
Thanks, friend.
Mm-hmm. Thanks.
Hieros.
Not Dad. Dad.
That's
All
my
right.
dad.
Well, Hieros is gonna rage because 2 can play that game.
Is this a father figure?
And he's going to. I mean, we're flanking, so there's no need for reckless, but we're gonna do it anyway. We're just gonna go into it.
Why would you do that?
Not do it anyway. Sorry, we're gonna go ahead and attack. Is what I
Okay,
meant,
thank you.
Not recklessly. I mean, he can also choose to be reckless, I assume.
Oh my god, yeah, he can recklessly attack.
Hmm.
And then get sneak attack.
Oh yeah, I did make this thing really powerful.
Yeah. Only if it's with a finesse weapon,
Or it's fists.
which a dagger
finesse?
is.
Yeah.
But it
I'm going to
punched.
let it do it. I'm going to let it do it.
I mean,
All right.
you're God.
That's the correct answer.
Well, it's a 27 to hit.
Kryptonite.
If you don't make this as
R.I.P.
broken
us.
as possible, you're a coward.
27 to hit.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, okay. That is a total of 19 damage.
Okay.
And attack again, because fuck. 23 to hit.
Yes.
And a total of, thank you, 22 points of damage on that one.
22?
Yes.
Aye, sir. Okay.
That'll do it for Hieros.
Great.
Does that damage get reduced?
Oh yeah, it does. Wouldn't it? Because he's raging.
He's raging.
So it's... Alright.
And even if it's magical, it still
Yeah.
gets resisted.
It would, yeah. Okay. Anything else?
No.
Great. Sorry.
Me?
Yes.
Little me.
Booming blade. I
Boomulously.
guess.
Hey!
Natural 20.
Hey.
For a total of 30 if you're one.
Sure.
For the kids back home.
Oh god, it's so much math.
Surrie suffering from success.
There she is.
There she is.
Tell me more. Tell me.
What do we got?
No, I rolled 3 6s. That'll do.
Hey! Oh damn.
Yeah.
Alright, give it to me.
It was almost the sex number.
75?
75!
The thunder is not resisted, though.
Oh
Yeah,
god
right.
damn.
How much is the thunder?
The first time?
Is that a new record?
Yes, absolutely it is.
Hell yeah.
I haven't crit in so long. You know, I didn't keep track of the first one,
Alright.
but the second amount was 12.
Average would be.
I don't know, one of them was a 6.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna play it loose. Okay. Anything else, Surrie?
That's all I've got.
Holy shit. So you plunge your dagger into this thing, and you must find some kind of core, because
It's
Nice.
focused otherwise.
like, throws itself back. You see all of the little grasping blood arms flail about as it shrieks in pain. And it is going to go again.
I mean, I rolled 3 6s and an 8.
That's good.
That's a lot of
We
dice.
like that.
It is going
Not
to
bad.
round upon you, Surrie.
Yeah.
Rage!
Fair enough.
It has disadvantage due to my ancestral guardians.
Ah, yes it does. It will attack recklessly, so just a straight roll. That
Great.
means it does not get sneak attack. So it's going to attack you, Surrie.
That's me.
19.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm?
You will resist that damage, though.
Thank you.
And 8 points of damage. And then the 28 to hit
Yeah, uh-huh.
for 7 points of damage.
You resist that as well.
Okay.
And it's not a bonus action to recklessly attack, right?
Correct.
Great. Okay, so it's going to flurry of blows.
Oh my god.
22 for
Yeah, that'll hit.
9. Please make a con save.
That's a lot of damage.
You do resist every one of those hits, though.
Okay. So it was... Four.
Okay.
A con save, you said?
Yeah.
4.
You fall to the ground stunned.
Ow.
Yikes.
And it's going to do a second flurry of blows.
It has
For,
Still, no, it's still negated because you don't
Correct.
stack them.
and that will be
Well, if
11.
she's stunned, it has advantage.
But we already had her an instance of advantage and disadvantage, so
Okay,
it cancels out.
Gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha.
So you just see like 6 different arms shoot out of its torso and blast Surrie all over her body, and she falls to the ground stunned.
That last one resisted as well, damage-wise.
What was the last one?
11.
11.
So 5. That is the end of round 1.
Did Alcyone go?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
She opened up by firing a lightning bolt, which it probably dodged.
That's right.
Yes, it did. We're back to Kashek.
That's me! Alright. I'm gonna whacketh on this motherfucker with my
Whack.
quarterly staff. Please hit. Cool. That's gonna be 19.
You have advantage
Yeah,
because you're flanking.
Oh, lovely. It's gonna be 19.
Yeah!
Cool. So, I'm going to whacketh him with my quarterstaff. That is going to be one-handed because I have my shield in my other hand.
No, it casts shield.
Not if it casts shield.
Sorry, buddy.
Yikes.
Anything else to check?
Nope.
He's got to
Outside.
get back at us somehow.
Yeah, going to level the staff once again, and figuring out one of the other spells, going to unleash Hold Monster. It needs
Yes.
to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Surrie, what is your wisdom save?
Oh.
+1.
4.
It's
It
paralyzed.
sure is.
Again, I'm just imagining the staff wants to do all this bullshit, and so just a light flares up around it, and it's sort of paralyzed in stasis.
Yes, you see its movement completely come to a halt as it is paralyzed amidst you all. Anything else, Alcyone?
No, but it can make a wisdom save at the end of each of its turns.
Great. Seren.
It is paralyzed now?
Yep.
Oh, I'm just gonna whack at it.
Any attack within 5 feet is a critical hit. That hits.
Yes.
You have advantage also.
Oh.
'Cause it's
So if I
paralyzed.
hit, it's a crit.
Yes.
Huh.
You have advantage.
Great. Okay, well that's a natural 20.
Oh, yeah, it's not making it out of this. Rolling twice.
Okay. $17 for the first hit.
Points of damage.
Mm-hmm. 25.
To hit?
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's another crit.
Yep.
$17 again.
Hmm?
And then I'm going to Flurry of Blows.
Hit?
23.
Yeesh.
It's a crit.
Yep. $20 points.
20 points?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
How long is it paralyzed for?
Until it saves.
Okay, great. And that's a 23 to hit.
A minute
Yes.
otherwise.
It's cocked. Hey, look at that.
Nice.
That's a crit as well.
Uh-huh. Thank you.
No problem.
14. 16, 17. 22 points.
That is plenty.
I did not mean to be rude. I was doing basic math
Understood.
in my head.
No, that's alright. That's alright.
How's it happen?
I just watched it push Surrey's butthole in a little bit and copied the exact movement pattern, recognizing it from what it just did to you, but harder.
So you strike into this, and you feel all of a sudden its sort of congealed gelatinous form give way, and it sort of like splashes
Oh my god.
to the ground.
Catch the blood.
The blood then, like a sheet, moving across the ground, climbing its way up the pedestal, and sort of defeatedly and dejectedly falling back into the bowl.
So we're not done.
Yeah, there was no need for that. I say
Well,
to the blood.
there was.
I say to the blood.
That was, this is why I'm not the idea person.
Try the next 3.
Maybe one of them would work.
That might have just been the wrong one.
More blood.
It's already got plenty of our blood. And it needs more.
Then what else
No,
do you
no,
want
no,
to
no,
do?
you're right. That was an expression of frustration, not disagreeing with you.
I appreciate your sentiments, but I should be the one to do it.
Alright, you don't
All
even
of
want
it.
a punishment?
Well, let's not. Some of us haven't gone yet. Taliesin pipes up.
Yeah, I'm okay with him donating blood. I don't think he's gonna get rage from Taliesin.
Very well. But if the moment it begins to harm you, I will. That'll be my turn again.
You've done much for me. I'm an equal part of this venture. It's the very least I can do. And he just sort of pulls back a sleeve and holds it out over the bowl. I don't know if you still have the sickle, Seren. Please, I can play my part.
Alcyone goes, I know you have strength. I hope it'll be enough. Make sure not to lose too much of your red stuff. And here's the 10 of inspiration.
Great!
I shaky some sands onto him as well.
Okay, great.
Keep your bloody die.
Okay, it's his turn.
Very reluctantly press it onto his arm also.
Small wound appears, and again, the little bloody arms and hands again begin tentatively reaching their way back up. Okay. I think he has a disadvantage.
Oh no.
It's only ability checks, not saving throws. If it's if
nope.
it's exhaustion.
Exhaustion is ability checks and saving throws.
1 is disadvantage on ability checks, 2 is speed halved, 3 is
Oh.
disadvantage on attack rolls, and saving throws.
Oh. Then he was about to die when we found him.
Yeah.
Guess so.
Yeah, okay. Oh, fuck, that sucks. Alright, here comes the inspiration and resistance.
Feel better, dude.
That gets us there.
Rub some
Okay.
sand into it.
So the little grasping hands again start to take the blood from him, and he's kind of bullets of sweat start forming on his brow. He's not in a great spot. But he manages to hold for this first one, thank you.
Mm-hmm. That might be...
No, this... I've spent years looking to find this place. It's only right that I pay my part now. Rough. Okay.
You can still resist him, yeah?
Oh, I'm continuing to do the resistance, yeah.
Shaky.
We're just so sandy.
Again, the little arms become incredibly animated and pull open his skin, scooping blood out of his extended forearm. And you see his eyes roll back in his head and he collapses.
Stop.
So I'm definitely catching before he collapses to the ground. But he looks incredibly weak and pale.
Alright. It's
Quite
enough.
the showing I've made, huh?
It's alright.
Someone else.
Mm-hmm. I'm already bleeding, don't worry.
How full is the bowl?
Not quite half.
Not quite half.
Hieros is taking the helm.
Okay.
I'm willing to do it. I'm just going to point out that if this thing reanimates, it's going to be able to fly and shapeshift.
No, don't do that.
And shapeshift. Keep your blood. Keep your blood. And live.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just in case. Keep that
Hieros?
stuff
Yeah.
on you.
Contact, please.
Sandy sand.
Thank you. With that net 20 plus 30.
That's plenty.
You take some of it.
Plenty. Would you like to keep going?
With that net 20, I'm feeling lucky.
I don't remember.
Let's do it.
Assume I keep casting
Yep.
resistance.
I'll assume. Dirty 20.
Yep.
I'm going to continue.
Okay. The bowl is half full.
Fuck. I'm going to continue
One
though.
more.
See, that was going to be the primary activation for the monster.
Yeah.
Everyone roll initiative.
No.
Trevor's like, wow, that's dumb enough to make that happen early.
One
Bet
more.
we're expecting this.
Then someone else can go.
It already knows how to pull all tricks anyway.
Yes, but you are looking worse every time it tears into you like that. No offense. I've been able to withstand it so far. And I'm rather hardier than most. Especially here. No offense meant.
What do we got?
That is 25.
Yep, that's enough. Well done. Would you like to keep going?
I'm going to keep going.
You feel okay?
I do. I feel okay.
Can I make a quick medicine check?
Sure.
Like, while I'm doing this?
What are you trying to determine?
Should he have, like, physiologically felt something by now? Like, just due to how much he's lost?
It's not actually taking that much
Okay.
as it draws blood from you.
Okay.
It's more about the...
I think we're thinking the
Yeah,
bowl's
yeah,
much
yeah.
bigger than it is. It's
Probably.
Yeah, it's like... I don't know.
Little mortar.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
18.
No.
The DC's getting higher.
Yep.
Which means none of you will be trying this.
Super resistance.
Hieros, your maximum hit points are reduced by 10.
Understandable.
Who's going to
I'm going to continue.
While we're doing this, a little spectral kind of tendril of grapevine wends its way up my leg for a second. I'm going to give myself some more temporary hit points.
Alcyone is going to pass some inspiration on to her father. Doesn't feel a rhyming couplet's appropriate to the situation. Well, I can choose to use it afterwards, but I don't know if it succeeds or not. Yep, we're going to use it. We're going to use it. 20?
20.
Dirty 20?
Yep, you're good.
Okay, Jesus.
It was just enough.
Yeah, I bet it fucking was.
Continuing.
I'm alright.
I can go again.
I can go again.
You may need to after one or two more.
One more. One.
Alcyone goes, I can help you out for this one, Dad. So, do it again. 21.
Nope. Maximum weight decreased by another 10.
Okay.
We're still getting volume out of that. It's just okay.
Yeah. When you fail, it still takes the blood.
Yeah, I was gonna say if
You
that
get a
was the
little
case.
woozy.
We're gonna
and
need
the
to
hands
swap
get a
here.
little. It is almost 3/4 full.
Let me
Let me do this last one. I don't think it'll be very difficult for anyone to succeed going forward. We'll be weakening ourselves. 32.
Okay.
3/4 full. Would you like to keep going, Hieros?
Let me pay some penance for bothering the friend back there, please.
It will take a good sleep in order to feel like ourselves again, you understand?
That's fine.
Very well.
I have talisman like over my shoulder.
His breathing is quite labored, but he's with you still.
Let him take it.
I'll say please.
Thank you for.
I'm not actually shaking it. He's like maintaining like power through it, and it's surrounding him and you or whoever's doing it.
Thanks for the resistance. No.
9.
Another 10.
Yep.
I'm going to
We're almost there, friends.
My turn.
Take it.
I haven't done any yet.
I'm not sure I want this thing able to do the sort of things that you can do.
Nat 20 plus 3, 23.
Yes. That's enough. Would you like to continue?
Yeah.
Maybe the DC only increases for
The person doing it.
Fair enough. It's a good way to prevent someone from taking the whole
Ooh,
thing.
duality of man. Nat 1 plus 4 is 5.
Another 10.
Guys, guess what my hit point maximum is right now?
69.
69.
That's the sex number.
Who's next?
My turn.
Alright, but if it comes back with a vengeance and suddenly I'm much slower than I used to be.
I think as long as perhaps you don't go siphoning any more sap, we might be a little bit more than alright.
Master Canonos, I am sorry about that. I'm not very smart.
Bless her, she's not. A 15 for Alcyone.
Did it have Alcyone's blood yet?
Nope.
Damn.
The bowl is very nearly full. Perhaps one more will do it.
I'll go again if we need it.
I'll do it. I've already done it. You guys have taken plenty enough. No.
No? What is it?
A total of 10.
Yeah, no. Another 10. But the bowl is full.
The bowl is full.
The scary red light turns back to more calm moonlight, and the blood begins to drain from the bowl slowly, ever so slowly, making its way down. And as it drains all away and just the wetted surface of the bowl is left, this now resting at the bottom of the bowl is an amulet of a dark circle or a new moon.
Kushak, would you like to hold on to that one?
I shall. Also, everybody line up.
So that is your hit point maximum.
Yeah,
like when you
so-
take necrotic damage.
So
Right. So,
Either Greater
Don't-
Restoration or a Long Rest, and Greater Restoration has a spell component cost.
we know that it has to be greater.
Yes.
Everybody just line up.
It says so in the spell.
Thank you for the effort, Kushak.
Hooty-hoo.
It's okay. Hooty hoo indeed.
Okay.
we're all
Yeah,
right.
you got it though.
So, can I heal anyone?
Well, if it's just their hit point max. So if they are lower than their current hit point
Right,
max,
but I don't think anyone is.
You can heal me
Mine a
for
little
3
bit.
points. That's it.
You'll be fine.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I won't.
No, it's got to be Greater Restoration.
How's Taliesin?
It's not great.
But he's also technically at max hit points.
Technically.
Okay.
Also, it takes Greater Restoration to restore exhaustion.
Yes. Guess what? I don't have prepared.
We're fine.
Oh, I feel alright. I still have more than 100.
I don't know what that means. We should get
Yep.
going. We should either try to put all 4 of them in to get to the top, or we should go back down through that door in the basement.
I think the door might be the way to go, but
Well, if you wouldn't mind, then I would like to pop
Let's
up
try
and
it.
have a chat with the lad up on top.
Leaving this room.
Mm-hmm.
You do so. Going back out to the raft.
Hassan is quickly going to cast Identify on the sickle.
Okay. It is a magical sickle used for ritual purposes. When used on flesh, the blood can be used in ritual to nurse the temple. When used against trees, bad things happen.
Alright.
We plant a lot of trees in Trape.
Whatever magics are upon it also seem to be bound to this place.
Just thought I'd check.
Alright, I'm gonna go back out
Yeah,
and
to the raft.
to the raft.
You want to put all 4 in?
That would make the most sense to me.
That's worth a shot.
Through the power of friendship.
All 4
I'll do it.
in. The light in the main chamber swirls, moving from bright to dim to normal as the water begins to fall. And you come back down and returns to its original point at the base of the pillar. Looking up to the top, the magical ceiling no longer transmits light, but instead the visage of starry night sky. And shimmering brightly amongst the stars above, you begin to see some of the stars shine brighter, almost seemingly forming a constellation.
Would you must recognize the constellation?
Give me, and what would that be? What are the skills?
Nature, maybe?
History?
Nature, history. Yeah, nature or history.
Can I do that
Okay.
too?
Sure.
Can I do a history check?
Sure.
No, this.
Oh man.
Oh, shit, come back.
The best I can do is a 6.
17.
17.
13. For Alcyone.
So the two of you recognize it. It was always described to you, maybe when you were children, as Sagittarian the Archer.
Might be Sagittarian at this tape. Stop bonking me!
So you're back on this bottom floor, starry sky above you, door over here.
Let's look at the door.
Let's look at the top.
Is it doing anything?
You wanted to go all the way to the top, you said? Oh. Through the
Kushak, are you
door.
knocking on the door?
Yes. You've told me to do so.
I don't know if there is a going to the top.
Plunks against the heavy stone.
Well, the thing is, there is a going to the top. I'm a little worried to anger something, but
What do you mean a going to the top?
I'm gonna run across the surface of the water and then up the trunk of this middle tree. Because that's
It's
just
gonna take a while.
something I can do.
All right, there you go.
I'll be right back.
I don't think the temple is supposed to work that way. That feels like cheating.
You run all the way up to the top, and as you arrive in this new light that fills the chamber, the statue on the top has changed from an elf to that centaured form. still reaching up to the sky.
Anything notable up here besides the statue having changed?
You get a clearer view of the constellation, but other than that, no.
Best of luck. I hope you reach her soon.
That's nice.
Come back down.
Gently float.
I think maybe. Well, I love your idea, Kashek.
Anything else can one door require?
It's alright.
You've paid the toll.
I don't think anyone's home. We'll have to.
He wasn't particularly chatty.
I don't know why you think you would be.
Weirder things have happened.
Fair enough.
What does the door look like right now?
It looks much as it did before. Carved into it are these little indentations that take the place of the night stars in the night sky.
So my thinking, while you were up there doing that, is that we mimic the constellation of the Archer. Here, if we can.
Ourselves or on the door?
On the door.
Let's revisit this idea that I'm not very smart.
Oh, well,
How?
is there anything that we can place within them, or are they recessed, the stars?
They're indentated into the face of the door.
I cast some dancing lights. I only have 4 of those.
No. Nothing happens. They dance around about the door, giving a little more light, but
Can I fit them into the indentations?
they light.
Mm-hmm.
They glow there in the shimmering in the space, but nothing seems to happen.
Do we have to leave our lockets in the thing? Medallions?
No, you don't have to.
How many stars is the constellation? It's more than 4, is my.
Is
Maybe
more.
some key ones, like important stars. I don't know. I just thought 4.
Yeah.
I won't overcome. If you move to the door and put your hand against one of the, as you touch the individual stars carved into the door,
all right.
they
That's
light.
That was going to be
That
the
See,
was
my
nice.
first thought coming back down was going to be, is it a push door? So maybe the old monk is a little smarter than I thought.
Some doors be knocked in specific places.
This one
Well,
seems to be
yes.
yes. Very good.
Close.
It opens.
You recreate the constellation amongst the door. And as you hit the points of light, looking back up to check for reference, fine lines of light streak between the stars that you touch, forming a constellation. And as you complete it, a sort of silvery image of a centaur-like archer appears around the simple dots and lines, and you hear and the door slowly opens. And as it does, a cool breeze wafts across your faces, and you are met with a passageway descending down into the earth.
I'm going to draw my dancing lights again.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like in a little line.
Light the way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I finally got dark vision.
I was going to say, I think
The walls are earthen, and in fact you can see little roots like poking out and working their way back into the earth around. It's very cool in here, like when you're on a hot day and you dig up the earth, it's cool underneath. What would you like to do?
It's quite cool.
walk.
It's quite cool.
Yeah.
Kashak, I wouldn't mind if you took the lead, not to volunteer you for something.
I will do so.
Thank you.
You make your way down the chambers.
Drow have dark vision.
Yes.
We all
We all
have
do.
dark vision.
Taliesin knows.
Everybody has dark vision?
I have superior dark vision, actually.
I think he might be a Twilight cleric, so if he is, he's got all his beat.
You see Taliesin, though he is still strained, you see him wave a hand and the irises of his eyes glow this electric blue color. And you make your way down the chamber. You travel quite a ways, walking maybe 15, 20 minutes, until you come to what looks like a cave. There's an electricity in the air here, not a magical one, but this place is sacred somehow. Maybe not by divine magics, but an important place nonetheless. And with your dark vision, you can see there's what you maybe was the ruins of an ancient, like a stone circle, the earth sort of charred beneath, maybe a millennia ago, a fire pit. And all along the walls, cave paintings. Written still in a sweeping elven sort of manner. But this is a place where life first took root. You're kind of floored by it for a moment. These drawings were done millennia ago.
Can we read what any of the script says? Or is it...
It's just pictures.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. You know, like you see, like in the, what are they called? The caves in northern France.
It's
just like pictures of animals and crude depictions of elves hunting and fishing and stuff like that.
What do they look like? And by that I mean, what color paint did they use?
Dark green, one of the shades of gray.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Correct.
Okay.
Thank God you have dancing lights.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I guess it is illuminating the chamber, isn't it? Yeah. Everything is done in sort of a reddish clay color.
Mm.
Yeah.
Maybe not to be accurate, but it's what they had. Taliesin sort of weakly pulls his head up and looks around at the paintings. My God, this could very well be where our race had its start. Can you imagine that? Oh, I'm feeling faint all of a sudden.
I still have them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you can't, his kind of knees go out and you have to like heft him a little bit more.
We can rest.
Are there any other exits?
No.
Okay.
It's just this sort of passage down to this opening beneath the earth.
By that I mean we can sit for a minute.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All of you begin to sit down.
Outside is not.
Shik said doubt.
Outside is not.
I
Is
will.
there anything you want to do?
I'm just gonna start just doing our best to mentally catalog these images here.
If I feel his weight kind of like shifting, I will gently lower us to like my knees.
Yeah, and so you're coming down to sit. Okay.
This is knowledge that very few others may possess.
It's a good thing we came here looking for knowledge that very few others may possess.
It doesn't tell us about the tower.
We've only been here for a moment. Give it some time to get to its point.
Seren, Taliesin speaking weakly. That bloody bullet took something out of me. Rather important, I think. I feel very weak and I don't know if I'm... I don't know how much more I've got in me, and I can only... And at that moment...
Kisha, could you heal him?
At that moment, the chamber fills with light.
Huh.
Descending from the ceiling, a small ball of light descends and comes to rest betwixt all of you. It's glowing silver and illuminating the chamber around. And as you watch, the ball of light molds and changes form to resemble a beautiful elven woman who looks at all of you with a warm smile on her face before her eyes come to rest on you, Seren. It's wonderful to finally have a word with you, my child.
Take my mask down. I've been listening for a very long time.
I know you have. And so have I. It is not always so easy for us to make the contact with those whom we love. But here, at last, I can speak to you. As you always wanted me to. Do you know who I am?
Of course.
I have many names. For every mortal that walks this earth, I have a name. But to you, and for you, my child, I am Illustrator.
Give her my like up at the top bow.
You've come a long way.
We came seeking something.
I know. Do you want it still?
We came for knowledge. Nothing more. Nothing less.
Yes.
The winds of fate blow heavily in your direction, my child. You and all of your friends. Let me now be a help to you when I could not before.
Can I play with my ring a little bit?
She extends a hand, and a little pinpoint of light seems to tumble from her palm and fall to the ground. And as it does, it sort of worms its way into the earth, and you see a small little bloom of light, and emerging from it, a pale blue glowing mushroom grows up out of the earthen floor. Eat, and it will be revealed.
Go up. Take a piece?
Mm-hmm.
Hieros will stay with Dalzin,
Okay.
but Alcyone will come forward, if we are permitted,
Would you like to have some too?
to her, if it is for us and not merely Seren.
She's been speaking in Elvish this whole time.
Okay.
So.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, actually, then I will ask. If you know me well, then you know that I lead from here. My companion leads from ahead. She would be a much better store of knowledge than I am.
This is a gift for you. Use it how you see fit.
Break off another smaller piece.
Mhm.
Knowledge.
Thank you.
We're doing shrooms in the woods together.
You guys eat?
Yeah, I will.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys slip the pieces of mushroom into your mouths, and as it makes contact with your tongue, it seems to dissipate like a vapor or a cloud and just slip down your throat. For a moment, nothing happens. And then the world starts to spin and mold around you. Everything kind of slows down, gets ethereal and strange, and as you look around, the cave paintings begin to move. And both of you see a small village of elves hunting, fishing, raising their young by a river. They seem happy. Everything seems wonderful. But then, from the sky, and you know it is from the sky because you're tripping on shrooms. This vision makes sense to you.
Yeah.
You see this small village by a river, and in the sky you see a twinkling light growing larger and larger. And then the twinkling light turns to burning flame as this massive black stone plummets through the air and smashes into the earth. You feel the tremors run through your very body. And as the dust clears, a perfectly cylindrical bay wraps around this monolithic stone, sitting in the water, steaming still, as vapor flies off of it. And you see the cave painting elves slowly approach this structure. And you see the front of it open. And spilling out of it, little stars. Just little pinpricks of light floating through the air. And they make their way over to the elves, who are at first hesitant, but then one brave soul steps forward to touch one of the stars. And as he grabs hold of it, he places it to the ground. And fields of wheat burst from where he touched it. Another grabs a hold of another star and slays a dangerous monster. Another takes another star, and you see as they wave it over what looks to be the ill and the sick, and they spring back to life. And you see this small village grow and grow and grow to be something mightier, something strong. All of the citizens carrying these small stars that came from the monolithic black stone.
then something happens. The stars begin to change. Instead of that moonlit, bright white, they decay, become a mixture of red and black. And you see the elves who hold them aloft, once victorious, get covered as these tendrils of blackness make their way out of the stars and begin to subsume the elves. You can hear the screaming of generations in your mind, and then you see it. A blackness covers your vision, and then you see it. The eye staring into your soul, burning your blood and tearing your mind, and then you are back.
Did it see us?
It has seen you before.
Where did it come from?
I do not know. But it is here now, and it has been a danger all the while.
That's where... That thing, that's where the... That's him.
Is that the first time I've seen that?
Seen what?
The eye.
You saw it in Felicity when she was enraptured by whatever it was she was serving. Her eyes became that eye. And it is the one that spoke to you.
Sorry,
What happened? What's going on?
We found out where the tower came from. Can it be destroyed?
I know not. My plane is this one, my domain is this earth which I watch over. It comes from somewhere else. I cannot say.
The tower and that which seeks us seem to be one and the same.
It corrupted them. It made them what they are. It drew them in.
The heralds, you mean?
Something like them.
There's... my mind is reaching for solutions. I don't know that...
Can it be stopped?
Of course it can.
Can you...
I have to assume she speaks common, yes.
I don't want to intrude. Does she have any knowledge of what it wants? What it's doing?
What does it want?
To consume. To be all that is left.
It told us what it wanted. It wants to be the only thing left.
Yeah, well...
You have faced dangers before, my child. But nothing like this. I believe you've grown to such a point to know how you have grown. Tribulations of the earth have almost left you behind. But this is something else.
It's not of this world.
No.
It's not?
No.
No.
It came... Yes. It fell to the earth, created the bay, and first gave what seemed to be gifts that allowed the people, the elves of the land, to prosper, to survive, and then it began to corrupt, it began to turn them, and it hungers. It's the same thing my foolish, stupid, former compatriots seek.
Then they're feeding it.
Perhaps. It's the same thing the heralds serve. It is the same thing they warned awaits us. And that now the Maithlane have tied themselves into. It sits in the middle of the seat of Arcadia. Either it must be destroyed or the entire city must empty. And even that is not a permanent solution. There's no telling when it'll act again.
Is there any way the Maithlane can be swayed?
Yes. More of your kin. They have lost their way. I cannot say whether their hearts have gone beyond recitation or not. It is an insidious power you fight against. Child of mine, you've seen now the dangers that lie before you, the weight of what you have compelled yourself against. Is this what you want? To fight? For if not, you could stay here. This could be a home for you, one that you have long sought. I know I have not spoken to you, found you before now, but here I am, and this is what I offer, a home. For you and your blood. She says, gesturing to Taliesin.
What I want is of little consequence. Not when there are others who will not be spared.
That is your choice.
Yes.
Farewell. I shall always be here for you, should you survive what is to come. You hear a thunderous sound from over your head. Even the woman looks up, back along the passage. Something comes. You must ready yourselves. And we're gonna call it.
We're gonna die. Talison's already ahead of us.
Hey, before she goes, can she just quick boop him?
Yeah.
I don't know. Just give him a little bit of, hey, you good now.